Good morning. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Ohio State men's basketball team has a big game when it comes to their NCAA tournament chances. They'll be looking to log a quad one win tonight when they take on the Iowa Hawkeyes in Iowa City. Coverage begins at 8 here on The Fan. The 13th ranked women's hoops team also has a big game tonight. They'll take on the 8th ranked Wolverines at the Shot. Tip-off is 8 over on The Fan, too. And on the court last night, the 21st ranked Miami Redhawks stayed perfect when they beat Eastern Michigan 74-64. They'll attempt to go 29-0 when they visit Western Michigan on Friday. And in the association, the Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the New York Knicks 109-94. This update was sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats has a good deal waiting for you at Old Bag of Nails. Get a buy one, get one free deal on burgers on the app. Terms apply. See app for details. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Breakfast time!
Hello, welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis. Can I take your order?
Just want a little breakfast.
Hey, you want some crabs? Because I got some of them.
Get ready to drive through the intersection of football, food, and fun. Featuring producer Dylan.
We're the 5 best rappers of all time.
Special guests.
You serious?
And you. Wake up.
For what?
It's time for T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Wednesday to you. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning. Go to hell. It's an Ask Tyvis Anything Wednesday, so get your questions in at Bone and Tyvis 971 or in our lovely YouTube chat. Go to YouTube, 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. Tyvis, how's your morning going so far?
It's going. You know what? You remember
that is the most Midwestern dad answer ever. Like, how's it going? So that's going. Living the dream, baby.
So yesterday, you know how I was really kind of exhausted getting in here.
Yeah.
And I had to, when I got to the weather, or not the weather, when I did the news, I was still like tired. But the great coach Mickey Marotti always said, when you come into my weight room, I don't care if you're tired or not. You better fake like you got some juice. So I learned a long time ago that no matter how I felt, I had to fake like I had energy and I had juice. So when I did my segment yesterday, I crushed it. And all throughout the day, as tired as I may have been, you would have never noticed because I was killing it with the juice.
That's good. That's good.
I say all that to say this. Last night I got into bed at 8 o'clock. I went to
you said your workouts lately have been making you tired. You don't feel like you've been getting enough rest.
Correct. So my wife.
Did you get a solid 8 hours last night?
I don't know what I got, but I woke up.
Went to bed at 8.
I woke up well before my alarm went off this morning. Ready to look, jumped out the bed like Soldier Boy. I was ready to go. Ooh-wee. I swung them legs off the side of that bed and jumped out. I was like, let's go. So whatever I did worked.
Look at you.
My wife got out of her bath and walked in there and she said, you in the bed? Yes. Yes, I am.
I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
You need to change your alarm to Soldier Boy now from Rick Ross.
Nah, you can't. Rick Ross is too.
When you said Soldier Boy, I thought you meant the guy named Soldier Boy.
The rapper, yeah.
Yeah, the song.
Hop up out the bed, turn my swag on.
So why'd you say Rick? Did Rick Ross make a song?
Rick Ross is my alarm now.
Oh,
yes.
I see. Okay, I thought you meant he made a song called Soldier. Okay, yeah,
yes.
Right. I forgot that's your alarm.
Yes.
My bad.
Your kids know Rick Ross because you're your alarm. Now they need to know Soldier Boy because you're your alarm.
Can I just say, I mean, I'm older than both of you. I long ago left the music is on my phone for things other than, like, the music's on my phone to listen to as music. I don't do musical ringtones. I'm not doing, like, music to wake me up in the morning. I have an alarm that wakes me up. I have a phone. I never leave my phone on.
See, that's your problem.
Other than silent.
That's your problem.
What do you mean?
You put one of them heavy metal songs on. I bet you jump out that bed when you hear it.
Oh, well.
You know what?
I probably would.
Sometimes, selfishly, I want to let the Rick Ross keep playing. When I was a football player and I was playing, my ringtone every game day was "Work" by Young Scooter and Gucci Mane. You've never heard of
Young Scooter?
Young Scooter, R.I.P. He died last year.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's the last time that I felt something emotionally when Young Scooter died.
The last time you just found out in the last year that you're having another child.
Yeah,
and that
did nothing. That did nothing to me. That did nothing for me. Nothing for
Young
me.
Tsunami will join us soon. He will be here.
That did nothing for me. I didn't fret on that one.
I want you to know, and I will respect, obviously, I respect names, I respect identities, whatever you want to be called in your real life, I'm with that. But on this show, and whatever you and your wife decide on the name for your beautiful baby boy when he's arrived, I will obviously respect that in our real life.
I'm liking the thug.
The Thug?
Yeah.
That's the name.
THE''THUG. The Thug.
The Thug Pal?
Yeah.
How's that going with Laurencia?
She's not having it.
Okay. I was just wondering if that's the case or
She
not.
shot me down as soon as I thought it was very good, but she shot it down.
I'm just telling you.
He has to make it. Like, he has to be successful.
With the Thug?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Well, I guess it does set you up for something. I don't know what it sets you up for. Maybe a face tattoo eventually. But yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't know if that sets you up the way you want to be set up. But yeah, I'm just telling you on this show, he will be known as Tsunami.
That's fine.
We will talk about young Tsunami's arrival because it has to start with a T. Your friend who suggested Tsunami is still. I have to meet this person. He's got to be.
You do not want to be him.
Does he have a face tattoo?
No, he does not.
Okay, good enough.
But he's fat, so there you go.
My guy. That's
Maybe you
right.
guys can go to a buffet together or something.
Perfect. That sounds good.
I like how Tyvis told us that he was going to name the son, but then his wife was like, here are your two options.
Yeah, that's right. Because that's how Dylan, that's how it works. Is like, I mean, I and my wife, when we talked about it, she was like, look, I'll give you final say on this or that. Here are the options, though. Because it wasn't about like, as the father, you should name the child. For my wife, it was, I don't like making decisions. So that's how we settle on restaurants, too, is where we go basically, here are the three options. She will lay those out, and then I pick. And then that's usually how that works.
Mine is vice versa.
Okay.
I lay out the options for my wife, and then she picks.
My wife does not like to make decisions.
Now that she's pregnant, like, yeah. You tell me what you want.
Of course. That's totally makes sense. Yeah. But when she's not pregnant, is that still how it works in your house?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
It's one of those things. It's less of an argument.
Of course.
I don't.
Did you ever see the?
I only argue over things that matter.
Pick your battles.
Where we eat does not matter.
No, it does not matter. I'm with you. It does not matter.
That's a big sticking point for me. I'm not.
That doesn't matter. And
Dylan, that might explain some things.
Listen,
right?
we can go to the fancy restaurant, or we can go to McDonald's. I'm good either way.
What I'm eating is important. I'm not going to let someone else decide that.
Don't get me wrong. What I'm eating is important as well, but it's like when it comes down to like the big thing. We've been married for 20 years. The amount of arguments we have had over really insignificant things have added up over the years, and I've learned I'd rather not have those arguments. I'd rather have the arguments over the big things. If we're going to have an argument, let's have it over something that actually matters, like which chicken place is better. I mean, that's an argument that's worth having all the time, which you can see if you didn't see it. Go on the fan social media. We have a whole thing where they asked us to rank chicken joints, but they didn't tell us that's what we were ranking. So that was a nice little video there if you missed it. Just follow the fan on Instagram, 971 The Fan on your IG. You can get it there.
Tyvis, you're acting like you were so proud of your list and you ranked Popeyes 5th out of 5.
But I said
that's rough.
They cut out the part where I said I would have rotated the bottom two, but outside of that, that's fine.
In the thing you said, I feel good about my list. Like you said at the end of it, like
they cut out the part about when I said I would rotate the bottom.
I see. Didn't give you the full context.
Correct, but it's cool.
Okay,
and I do feel good about.
You don't sound mad about it at all.
It is what it is. If we was my list, if you asked me where did I want to eat, and you gave me those 5 options, that would be the 5, excluding the last 2. That would be the order that I would eat it in.
I killed mine. Mine was exactly how I would rank it if it wasn't blind.
See, well, and it's not, I mean, I don't blame them, but like when they came up to ask me, they said, all right, rank these things. And they didn't tell me how many we were doing. So I was like, I got to leave room. And I'm like, 7, 8, 12. And it's like, there's only 5. They didn't tell me there was only 5. So. But yeah, you can go see the video on our Instagram. Speaking of poultry, by the way, I guess the Red Hawks, wouldn't they be poultry, right?
If we were eating them,
technically a bird, yeah. The Miami Red Hawks, man, 74-64 yesterday over Eastern Michigan, wwho's a bad team. They're 10-19 in the MAC.
The whole MAC is bad.
Yeah, okay.
Except for Miami, of course.
But Miami is now 28-0, and I don't understand the people who keep like ripping their record or, oh, they haven't played anybody. Who cares? It's college basketball and they're undefeated in February, late February, almost March. Like what do they have? Like 3 games left? You can't have many more games because we're getting to conference tournament time. I mean, they've got Western Michigan. I believe that is on Friday or Saturday.
Friday.
Okay.
The handsome update anchor.
Oh,
mentioned that about 10 minutes
Sorry,
ago.
I wasn't listening. I mean, I always listen, Bill, and I just forgot. Toledo at home for their home finale on March 3rd. And then they go to the Ohio Bobcats on March 6th. So I'm guessing that's like next Friday. So they've got 3 games left. If they can close that out, not going to be easy because the pressure's building. But, man, that's 28-0. How are people disparaging that record, Tyvis?
Because they keep saying that they in the MAC and they not playing anybody. But I do think that whether they win the MAC tournament or not, I still feel like they should go to the dance.
Well,
if
you want Ohio State to go, you better root for them to win everything and win that tournament. I'm saying because that's where Ohio State is as far as making the tournament. You're going to need all the teams who have like the one bid league situation to win their tournaments, so you don't have debates about, well, should we let in this team that's basically undefeated or this team that has a bunch of losses but they play in a better conference. Those are arguments I don't want to see have to happen. If Miami goes out and wins their conference tournament, that'll be the only bid from the MAC, I'm guessing, and that will make it easier for Ohio State then to have one fewer teams they have to possibly hurdle over. So
you mean to tell me that we have to worry about Miami of Ohio?
You have to worry about everything.
That's
it's crazy. Miami.
I don't like to be in that spot.
Miami could win 30 games and still be a bubble team if they don't win the MAC.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They will instantly become a bubble team if they don't win their tournament. So that is where this season is at for all the bubble teams. You have to consider that stuff. By the way, Buckeyes taking on Iowa tonight. That is, of course, out in Iowa, and we will have all the coverage right here on the Fan. Coverage starting at 8. Tip is at 9. If you get up this early to listen to our show, you know that's a gross time. But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna stay up late, and I'm gonna drink a lot of coffee tomorrow to try to get up and talk about that stuff. One of the richest athletes of all time has apparently run out of money. We will talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Wednesday morning. Many of us waking up to some wets and slippery roads out there, and that's happening for drivers all around the city, battling those slick conditions. But still, it's not too bad for this early morning commute. Traffic is picking up, but no major concerns out there. We are seeing a disabled vehicle, though, downtown, affecting that 71 southbound ramp to 70 eastbound. Expect some lane closures so far. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your Fan traffic.
Social Security is for everybody, but for too long, not everybody got everything they earned. Public servants and retirees worked hard for decades, but saw their guaranteed benefits reduced. That's why Congressman Mike Carey stepped up, passing the Social Security Fairness Act to protect benefits for millions of Americans. Thanks to Congressman Carey, Social Security benefits increased for teachers, firefighters, police officers, and other first responders in certain states, better serving the hardworking men and women who tirelessly serve us. And for those not nearing retirement, Congressman Carey passed the Working Families Tax Cut, the largest tax relief bill in United States history. Congressman Carey delivered no taxes on tips or overtime, increased the child tax credit, and passed thousands in tax relief for Ohio seniors. Find out more about how Mike Carey gets you everything you earned at carey.house.gov. Paid for with official funds from the Office of Mike Carey.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron, what are those?
Those are what are known as toilets, Jerry.
Ha ha ha. I know they're toilets, but why are they sitting back to back like bookends?
Congratulations, Jerry. You said the magic word.
Get Eco.
Bookends? Bookends is the magic word?
Take a seat, Jerry.
I choose this one.
A good choice. That is the world's most luxurious toilet.
Really? How much is it?
$6,500, including installation.
What? For $6,500, this thing would have to iron my shirts, shine my shoes, and sing happy birthday to me.
Get Eco.
It does way more than that, Jerry.
I'm switching to the other one. How much is this one?
$650, including installation.
Wow, that's a great deal. What does it do?
It does exactly what you would expect, Jerry.
Huh. From $650 to $6,500. Eco has a toilet for everyone.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and you can always trust our HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Do you have an oak tree in your yard? The Ohio Chapter International Society of Arboriculture is committed to advancing responsible tree care practices while preventing a fungal disease called oak wilt. They remind those who own and manage oak trees the best time to prune is November to early March. To find out more, there are over 1,000 qualified tree experts in Ohio. To find an ISA certified arborist in your area, visit treesforohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Your heat seems to be running a lot more than it should. Why? It's because the insulation in your windows has failed. Talk to the pros at Window Nation and get new windows and big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Act now and you'll get an extra 10% off for the rest of the month. When your window insulation fails, usually due to old or cheap materials, all of your window's energy efficiency disappears. The result, a house that is cold in the winter and hot in the summer. The worst part is they could have failed years ago and you wouldn't even know about it. Window Nation's windows use top quality materials and seals along with insulated frames. They're so incredibly energy efficient that you'll actually save money on your utility bills. Plus, they're backed with a lifetime warranty, so you won't have to live with broken windows again. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale and get an extra 10% off now for the rest of the month. Visit windownation.com now for a free consultation.
Common Man has hosted shows with radio royalty, Spielman, Tor, T-Bone, just to name a few. So listen to his new show with Timmy Hall.
If man can pull this one off, he's a miracle worker.
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We could still see some lingering rain and snow showers. Otherwise, it'll be a cloudy start with temperatures right around freezing and gusty winds. For this afternoon, mostly cloudy, turning sunny as we head into the later part of the day. Highs will get up into the upper 40s with breezy winds continuing. And then for tonight, partly cloudy overnight with our lows in the mid to upper 20s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Tyvis Powell is a legendary Buckeye. T-Bone loves to eat Buckeyes. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. You can ask Tyvis anything. Coming up at 7:30, an hour and change from now, hour and 13 minutes, thereabouts. So I need you to explain to me, or someone to explain to me, maybe you can help Tyvis, because I know you follow boxing more than I do. Did Floyd Mayweather just run out of money? Is that what's happened?
That's what it seemed like.
Because I saw that announcement a couple days ago about him and Pacquiao, who I don't know what he's doing, but apparently also needs money. I don't know.
Well, it came out like this. It says, obviously, Floyd was fighting Mike Tyson. So, okay, it's an exhibition match, whatever.
Right.
Then it came out like a couple days later, Floyd is
unretiring from boxing.
When you first see it, it's like, oh, okay, he's unretiring to fight Mike Tyson. And they're like, no. He's going to do his exhibition, and then he's going to be unretired to fight again. So I'm like, oh, okay. So and when I heard that, I'm like, well, first of all, why is he doing that? Obviously, it has to be money related. That's the only thing I could think of, because this man was undefeated. He's seen, as some people argue, that he's the greatest of all time. Why is he fighting again? And then I seen the interview with 50 Cent like a year or two ago that said, no, Floyd's broke.
Right.
Floyd is broke. Like,
and he also can't read a page of a Harry Potter book.
Well,
continue.
They switched it. They switched it. They was gonna do it on Jimmy Kimmel, and they was gonna switch it from Harry Potter because they knew he would struggle with that. They gonna let him read Cat in the Hat.
Wow.
That's what they said. Anyway, so I'm like, well, who is he going to fight? Is he going to like do a title fight? Because it's Floyd. Like, you're not about to have him fight some scrub. Like, it'll have to be some big name guy. And I'm thinking like a Tank or a Shakur or something like that. Like, something that's going to make a lot of money for him.
Once again, I don't know who these boxing names are, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Tank or Shakur.
Yeah.
My
something
guys.
like that, right? And then it comes out, I think either 2 days ago, like, he's going to fight Manny Pacquiao in September.
That's what everybody was waiting on.
And
thank God you're doing that.
No. Well, it happened before, and I believe when it happened the first time, Manny had like a shoulder injury or something, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
That they announced after the fight and everyone was upset.
Right. So to me, I feel like both of them they need some money. Will it make money? Yes, people are going to tune in to see Floyd fight. Will it make as much money as they think it will make? That I don't know.
Right. Is that on Netflix?
Yes.
Is that what they're doing this?
They doing it on Netflix?
Yeah. Can we add some context? So both dudes approaching 50.
Well, I mean, Floyd is 50.
Both dudes.
Sorry, you're right. He's almost 50. I'm sorry.
I don't know if they're cash poor, but they both have IRS issues. For Manny Pacquiao in 2 different countries, the Philippines and here.
Dang.
So that explains it.
Yeah.
And also, they fought 10 years ago, almost 11 years ago. And 10 years ago, it was 10 years too late then.
Yeah, right.
So now it's 20 years too late.
I struggle to understand why this is happening other than for reasons such as we need money.
This is money related. It has to be.
You know more about Floyd Mayweather than I do. I just, I know of like the high points of his career and, the bigger parts of it. I don't know the ins and outs. Is it true that he never drinks? That has never drank? Is that a thing? Are we aware of that? Because I saw this. I asked this because there was a video of him promoting a vodka brand.
That's like me
on Valentine's Day.
Well, that's like me promoting the vodka.
Right. He doesn't.
According to 50, he need that action right now. He'll be at the club hosting and all that. Because he broke.
That's what people are saying. Is like this man has never drank and he's out here promoting alcohol when you've made. Some estimates are close to.
Well, listen, I've never drank either, but I can tell you about some alcohol. I can tell you about some alcohol. Like that don't matter.
Don't get me wrong, but did you make nearly $1 billion in your career? Is the other part of that?
If I made $1 billion and I was on this show again, that's a fall from grace.
Exactly right.
I thought you loved it here so much.
I do, but
doesn't
like,
matter how much you made.
Love of the game. That's right.
I do, but like.
It's $1 billion.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Floyd Mayweather has made, depending on who you believe, estimates close to that amount of money in his career for all these fights he's had. He has, his own promotional company.
What
all
kind
this
of
other
lifestyle
stuff.
is he living?
Well, that's the point,
he
right?
He was in the club burning money.
Yeah, I was going to say, he has a gambling problem. And have you seen the entourages and the videos that they posted, like TMC videos of him in Vegas? Who do you think's paying for everything?
I know. And I know that for
why live like that?
I think it's because there's literally, like, people talk about him having a gambling addiction, and maybe that is the case, but some people have a fame addiction where it's just, I can't stand to not be in the limelight.
Why?
I don't know.
It's actually nice. Know what the best times for me? It's like when I go somewhere and I'm with Cardell and everybody know who Cardell is and they don't know who I am. It's great.
Right.
It's amazing.
Oh, sure. Like you have it from playing football and then now from doing television and radio and all that stuff. I only have it from doing radio. But even then, like, I love it when someone comes up and says, hey, I listen to the radio show. I enjoy what you guys do. Thank you. That's great. No problem with that. But like that happens to me maybe once every few weeks or maybe once a month at most. Like that
just happened to me last Saturday.
I don't doubt it.
When I went to Heat It with Nicole, young lady walked up and just said, oh my God, I listened to your Tyvis. I listened to the show and blah, blah, blah. And I love it. And I was like, that's nice.
Shout out to whoever that lady is. Thank you for listening. Only for Tyvis. I appreciate that. But that's
Did you tell her that you have a pregnant wife at home? Or she must know because she listens to the show.
She listens to the show. She just giving him a compliment on the show.
Why would that even
She's just
come up
giving him a compliment, Dylan.
What is that?
Dylan's like, could you pass her my number, please? No, I'm just kidding. Dylan is in a relationship now, too.
Off the market.
He's off the market. That's right. But no, all I'm saying is, like, I can only guess what it's like for someone who is of Floyd Mayweather's level of fame, who is at the level of like a LeBron James or someone like that. I can't understand people who would say, I have to rent out a movie theater to go to a movie theater. If I'm going to go to the grocery store, I have to hire someone to go in for me and buy. I mean, I guess we all do private shoppers now. It's not that crazy, but like the fact that you can't go anywhere without
I don't want to live my life like that.
That's what I'm saying. But Floyd Mayweather, it appears, does not because he's coming back in the ring, but because he's got to go out and have the entourage. He's got to go out and be this person. He has to be in the limelight. He's always at these casinos, and then he's shocked that to have that type of lifestyle, well, yeah, you have to have some bodyguards around you. You have to have some people who manage all this stuff. And suddenly you're paying. You have a network of 20 people that you're paying.
You know, I used to.
Where the money's going?
When I was younger, I used to think that I would love to be like that, like be known, famous like that. And then I met Richard Kevin Sherman. And we were in San Francisco at the time.
Sure.
And his wife and my wife, we all went out and we were going to do lunch. Now, if you go out with Sherm, boy, there are a couple of things. One, Sherm is always on the phone because he's got some type of business thing going on.
Okay.
So that's one. Two,
like during lunch?
Yeah, he was sitting there on the phone. He was in a meeting.
All right, that's
so
sorry.
Then
let's DoorDash and just pretend like we had lunch then. I don't need to do that.
It doesn't matter if it's negative 10 degrees outside or if it's 1,000 degrees outside. He will wear a hoodie and have the hood up.
Oh, so he's like Matty Ice.
And I'm like, so I say, sure, what are you doing? It's like 80 degrees out here. Why are you wearing this hood? He said, Tyvis, I'm telling you right now, if I take this hood down, people gonna run over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at him and I said, sure, I don't know who you think you is.
Right.
Like, this ain't Seattle. This San Fran.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody coming over here. He said, okay, I'm gonna take this hood down. And you're going to have to be the person to tell everybody that I'm not signing no pictures or taking autographs today.
Okay.
Said, okay, bad. He took that hood down, T-Bone. When I tell you, it was like 20 people.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like,
right.
Put the hood back.
Right. And again, Richard Sherman, very famous, right? Noted NFL player. On television now, doing coverage of all that stuff. Like, he's a very well-known NFL player. Nowhere near the level, though, of fame as even like a Tom Brady.
No.
Right? Or like some of those guys. And then you go to these international soccer. Lionel Messi. Do you know Lionel Messi has a bodyguard
that runs when
on the sideline of his games?
Did you see him when he sprint?
It happens all the time.
Oh, my goodness.
Fans run on the field to meet Lionel Messi because some fans literally think this guy is like God incarnate on the soccer field. They want to just touch the hem of his garment, like Jesus walking through. And his bodyguard runs out and gets these people and stops them before they get to Messi while the game's going on.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even play the game without people coming up to you, let alone what's it like when he goes off the field. It's insane.
I'm pretty sure his bodyguard's like 6'4", 250 and runs a 4.4.
Yeah, right.
He looked like he did in that video I seen.
He needs to be at the combine this
I was going to say, I'm sure there's some football teams, NFL teams, soccer teams, basketball teams that can say, like, we take that guy.
Off to go get this kid.
Yeah. Big one tonight for Ohio State that we talked about against Iowa. They need it. It's tournament resume time. They have to get this win. What is at stake tonight? And also, what does Jake Diebler have as far as updates on some of his injured players? We will let you hear from Jake Diebler coming up in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, folks, one more day for this ramp closure that's happening downtown. It's in those overnight hours, so thankfully shouldn't affect a lot of people. But it's going to be that 71 northbound ramp to 70 westbound. Once again, tonight, crews will be out and about. As for that detour, it will definitely add a little bit to your commutes those overnight hours, taking several interstates from 71 northbound to 70 eastbound, back through downtown, 71 northbound to 670 westbound, then 315 southbound, and only from there can you head westbound on 70. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
The 2 most mature people working at the radio station. And that's just because they wear pants.
The pervert and the skivvies.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan. Tyvis hates Girl Scout cookies.
I hate it.
And little girls. And America.
I hate it, hate.
Seriously, Tyvis, what the hell?
Okay, whatever this is, I already hate it.
You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Ask Tyvis anything 1 hour from now. You can hit us up at Bone and Tyvis 971 or go to the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, 971 The Fan. Click on T-Bone and Tyvis. Get your questions in there. Jake Diebler, he was talking to the media yesterday. Amari Bynum dealing with some illness. He played in the game, scored 0 points against Michigan State, but was fighting through an illness. Devin Royal did not play in the game, was not fighting through the illness, but was apparently, I guess, back at practice. Both of those guys are working through it. Here's what Jake Diebler had as an update on the health of both those players.
Better. Both of them have been working really, really hard to get healthier, and sometimes that's sitting still and resting, right? And but they were here yesterday, and were able to get up and move and do some things. So that was great progress.
All right. So I don't know if that means they'll go tonight, but you would hope if they had an illness.
They better be.
I mean. Dude, I would hope you would go in that game against Michigan State.
Listen,
but,
we at the home stretch of this thing. These is 2 important games coming up. Like, yes, we need you. Like, I don't care how sick you are, or if you're not 100, if you're 100% or not. Like, we need you on the court.
Absolutely. Now, another guy who's got obviously more significant injury is John Mobley Jr. with the injury to his hand. And Jake Diebler actually explains a little bit of what is actually going on. But here's what he said about how John Mobley Jr. is progressing.
Getting better and better each day. I think that's the encouraging thing. With this injury, there was never like this specific date. There's just kind of, I guess, a threshold that has to be met, and so it's a day-to-day thing for him. But there's been progress, and he is working so hard to get back, as quickly as he can.
That's also a question here that Jake Diebler got. I believe it was Adam Jardy that asked this and said, "What exactly is the injury that he had?"
Yeah, it was a finger injury. I'm sure some big words that could help describe exactly what it is, right? But I just know he had a pretty good finger injury, and had to he needed some time.
Okay. That needed some time. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. Sounds like maybe past tense. Like maybe he's going to play tonight. I don't know. Let's hope so.
Like I said, this is one of them situations where we need it. Like, if it's a finger.
I mean, if he can't shoot, he can't shoot. I
understand that. But I also understand it was a guy by the name of Kobe Bryant who played against LeBron James. I want to say it was probably 2009.
Okay.
He dislocated his finger right there early in the game, checking LeBron. Like, came off the court, they called a timeout. He popped the thing back in place, taped it up, and went on to beat the Cavs.
I mean, I'm not trying to say this in any disrespectful kind of way, but John Mobley Jr. and most basketball players, for that matter, are not Kobe Bryant. Well, so, like, if he can't do something that Kobe Bryant did, I'm not necessarily going to hold that against him.
All I'm saying is I've seen it done before.
Oh, okay. That's
I was saying that to say that I've seen it done.
Well, let's hope he's healthy enough that he can go out and help this team. Let's hope that Devin Royal, Amari Bynum are back to full strength or close to full strength for this game because, yeah, like we have talked about, I mean, everything so far has kind of gone the way that a lot of people looking at this on the outside in said, all right, you're going to have to beat Wisconsin. They did that. Going to have to try to get a win from Michigan State, Iowa, and Purdue. Well, you lost to Michigan State in a winnable game. Despite not having all your guys, you were in that game and they lost it. Tonight, so it's a winnable game. I don't care what their net rating is. I don't care what everything else is. It's a very winnable game for Ohio State. You do the things, if you, again, bring the effort you brought with Wisconsin, and you will win this game, in my opinion. If they play like that, the question has been consistency with this team all year long. So I would like to say that effort will show up tonight. I hope it does, and I hope they win this game. They have to play better defensively, though. Like, the defense the last couple games has definitely stepped up. They need to continue that against Iowa because they do have a little bit different pace of play. They're going to go fast.
Honestly, I think that Bruce is probably going to go all out in these next couple of games.
Every other game.
I continue to say he needs at least one more person. I know Tilly had a good game, but I think he finished with 10 points.
No, Tilly had a game that if he gave you 10 and 8 every night, that would help because you'd have 2 or 3 other guys probably who are going for more than that.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. He can't be your second scorer.
I need Bynum, Royals. Somebody got to give me at least 17.
Yeah.
If they can do that, I think they have a really good chance. And then the number one thing is always going to come down to rebounding, making sure that we are boxing out and that we're getting those rebounds. We're not giving up second chance opportunities. If we can do that, I do believe that they can win this game.
Yeah. Did you guys see the spread of this game?
The spread of this game
no,
right
I
now
was
is
six and a half point favorites. I thought that was a lot. That's a little discouraging to me, if I'm being honest.
For Iowa?
Upsets happen all the time. It's not the end all be all, but to see them favored by that many points is slightly concerning.
Yeah. Trust me.
It's due to the fact that there's some injuries on
right? A lot of questionables on that injury report.
Look, I mean, the reality is with this Buckeye basketball team, you put yourself here by playing a lot of close games that you didn't get over the hump with. Right? If you win those games, then you could drop a game against Iowa, you have a rough game against Purdue. It's understandable. The point is, we don't want to be that program. This has been my whole point for the last, all season long is I don't want to be the program that just sneaks in because of computers or sneaks in because a quad 2 win flipped to a quad 1 win on the last day of the season or something like that. I want this team to go out and beat teams like Iowa and Purdue and show that you firmly belong in March Madness. It's not a question. Is that a ridiculous ask for an Ohio State basketball fan to say, I want my team to be a firm tournament team every year? I don't think it is. I'm not asking you to make a final. Right.
We were there, so it's not like it's crazy to say that. It's not like this school has never been a team that made the tournament every year. It's just the last 4 or 5 years that's where we've been.
I was yeah, I know this, man. I talk with buddies of mine, and most of them, we're similarly aligned when it comes to Buckeye basketball. But I have one buddy who I will say, this buddy of mine is tends to engage in some loser talk. And because he was very frustrated by my comments where I've been saying on the air, I want this to be a real tournament team, not some barely in bubble team that's just going to get smoked in the first round. And his response is you can't expect Ohio State to be a tournament team every year. And I said,
why can't you?
Why? I'm not asking them to be a top 5 team every year. I don't think that's necessarily possible for most schools that are not blue bloods, like Kansas, North Carolina, et cetera. There's, Duke, obviously. I know those teams have not, the other two I mentioned have not been perennial top 5 every year. But I'm just saying, I don't think it's unreasonable for Buckeye basketball fans to want this team to be a top 25 team and a solid tournament team 4 out of every 5 years. That's 80% of the time being in the top 20. You're going to have a down year where you have some injuries, you have some stuff. Like this year, you could argue, the injuries, that affected them. Okay, if they had surrounded this with 3 or 4 years of making the tournament, we could even then chalk that up to sometimes stuff happens, right? You reload for next year. But that's that. Now this program's been in a place where they've missed for a number of years in a row, and it's starting to get really frustrating for Buckeye basketball fans that if they miss this time, I would think there's going to be consequences to that, but I don't know. Maybe not.
I think the problem is we've shifted from like back when I was in college, it went from how far can this team make it into the tournament? Can they make the Final Four? Can they make the Sweet 16, Elite Eight? That was the question.
Yeah.
To where now we are, can we even make the tournament? And that, to me, that's where the problem is that I think you want to get back to can we make it to a Sweet 16? Can we make it to an Elite Eight? Instead of the question being, can we make the tournament? It should be a given that we should make the tournament every year. Like, that shouldn't be the focus.
Yeah.
It should be how by the time we get to March, it should be this team has polished themselves so good that we should be asking, can they go on a run to make the Final Four or something like that? So I think where people get frustrated and the whole where everybody blew up about it is I think everybody's missing the point of you're coming from a place where you wanted to get back to what it used to be. And
I want it to be a real tournament team.
Right.
I don't want to be sitting around talking about well, technically, if Wisconsin could go win a couple more games, then that's quad one win now. It's like it was a good win. That Wisconsin win was great. Let's have more Wisconsin games. Let's have fewer games where you lose to Pitt. Let's have fewer games where you are close to beating Michigan State on the road, but you can't get the job done. That's what I'm saying is I want to be a for real tournament team. I want to build something sustainable, not something that the computers just smile at you this year and you by the skin of your teeth barely get in. That's not it for me. But at least this year, if that happens, for Bruce, it would be great because Bruce needs to go to the tournament. I do fully support that. If you're under 40, something could be happening in the sports world that you've never seen. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there. Well, traffic really picking up over in New Albany. No surprise, though, especially around that 161 and 62 intersection. Of course, another reminder to make sure to go nice and slow on the wet and slippery road conditions out there. For our friends in Canal Winchester, we are seeing slowdowns over by 33 westbound at Pickerington Road, so keep that in mind. But hey, if you're traveling from the north side of downtown taking 315, that's looking a lot better for your Wednesday commute. 270 to Bethel Road will only take you about 3 minutes. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you're noticing issues with ED or low T, then your relationships, your confidence, and even your career has already been affected. Online folks promise convenience and discretion, but their treatments are generic, and some are even unsafe. Guys, no more excuses. Columbus Men's Clinic has a medical provider focused solely on ED and low T. The right way. No unproven snake oil or peptides without solid research. They've been helping men get safe, effective treatment for over a decade. Call 614-300-7400 right now or book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com. Their medical foundation means freedom to practice medicine the right way, not confined by one-size-fits-all pills. Plus, there are treatments that can help you maintain what you've got. Just like going to the gym to maintain muscle, there's ways to keep ED and low T at bay without a pill. It's time to show up for your family and your life like never before. Turn your tomorrows into today. Call 614-300-7400 or book online in under 30 seconds. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com.
I'll tell you what, life is simple. When you feel good, it makes everything better. Hey, it's Anthony, and you may laugh that I go on and on about my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store, but ever since I got them, it's changed my outlook completely. When I know every day my knees, back, hips are going to feel supported and aligned, it carries me to the finish line of my day. You know, I sit enough doing the radio show. I want to be able to go out, walk, basically be on my feet without the pain I was feeling before. This has been such a great journey, knowing that my arch supports from the Good Feet store are not going to just wear out like everything I used to buy over the counter. And maybe the best part, I don't have to choose between what shoes I want to wear. My arch supports go with me. I pop them in any pair that I want to wear. And if you're like me and your lower back hurts, I fully recommend going in, taking the free test walk. You'll feel the difference. The Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road in Grove City and at goodfeet.com. Germain Honda of Dublin cares about your vehicle and your time. And they do that with same-day service with no appointment necessary. Sell them your vehicle at their buying center and get paid as soon as the same day. Shop great lease and finance offers on all the Honda favorites like the Passport, the Odyssey, and the redesigned Pilot. Service it, sell it, or drive something new. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road just south of 270 or online at germainhondaofdublin.com.
BMI Federal Credit Union is celebrating their 90th anniversary. As a thank you, they will be celebrating with monthly sweepstakes where 90 winners will win big. Visit bmifcu.org/90 years for more details.
After my accident, people warned me to slow down. I said, I don't know how. Thanks to my VA care team, I haven't.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov/PSA.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Back in the day, if you wanted to listen to the fan, you turned on the radio, and that was the end of the story. But now, oh baby, stream us live on the Fan app, TuneIn app, iHeart app, we're everywhere. The Fan, Ohio's streaming destination.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Your home for football, food, and fun. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
By the way, tonight it is a big deal for Ohio State to get this win over Iowa for a number of reasons, one of which includes the fact that there is a spot in the conference tournament kind of on the line as well. Now, not totally, Dylan, but Ohio State, according to 11 Warriors, they wrote this all up. If you go look at the standings right now, I believe Ohio State sits either 8th or 9th in the conference standings.
Them and Iowa have the same conference record, tied for 8th.
Yeah. So the 8th spot in the tournament, in the Big Ten tournament, gets the double bye. So you don't have to play. I think they start the tournament on Tuesday for like the bottom 4 seeds. Then you play Wednesday, and that's like everyone up through seed number 9. But then 8 to 1 don't have to play until Thursday. So
I think there's a triple bye.
There is for the top 4 teams.
Yes.
Yeah. So like if you're
here soon, there'll be a quadruple bye, but right now just a triple bye.
Eventually, there'll just be a like let's not even have the tournament. You're just the winner, and we're going to skip all of this. But like the point being, tonight so one of the other teams that I believe they have a little bit of a potential tiebreak with is Indiana. So you play Iowa tonight. You beat them. That helps you if the tiebreaker scenarios come down to it. You would have a head-to-head. If you beat Indiana coming up at the last game of the season, that would go far as well. Now, this is helping you in the Big Ten tourney get possibly some slightly better seeding. That's all we're talking about, but that still could be big. If look, you win tonight, that's going to go a long way towards your NCAA tournament resume, but it also has Big Ten tourney implications.
I mean, I know you said you didn't want this to be a thing, T-Bone, but yesterday, Northwestern, they beat Indiana.
I know they did.
Big win for Ohio State's tournament hopes, potentially changing that quad 2 win to a quad 1 win.
It does.
And
it could.
Also, Wisconsin plays Oregon tonight. They play Oregon.
Oregon's terrible.
Oregon, Washington, and Purdue. There's someone else in there. Wisconsin, they could easily finish 3-1 or 4-0, and then you might see that turn into a quad 1 win. So you might see Ohio State gain 2 quad 1 wins retroactively.
That's true.
And unfortunately, that's the kind of stuff that we have to be rooting for.
Well, I mean, that's where we're at, right?
That's
you don't have to root for it if you beat Iowa and you beat Purdue.
Right.
So let's just be that program, not the program that looks at computers and says, please help us. So if you're under 40, I said there's something that could be happening in sports that you've probably never seen. I guess technically if you're, I think you'd have to be 36 or 37 years old. I'm trying to do the math in my head, but the point is, if you're under 40, you probably don't remember seeing it. If you're under 37, you weren't alive to see it. There is a dude right now with the Pittsburgh Pirates, Connor Griffin. Yesterday, they played some spring training ball. It was Pirates versus Red Sox, and I want to say the Pirates destroyed the Red Sox in that game, but that's not what's important. Connor Griffin is 19 years old. He's 6'4", 222 pounds. He last year came up through single-A, double-A, and was just ripping. Hit 333, OPS of 941, 21 home runs. Like, and he's a big frame dude who can swing the bat. Yesterday, he goes out for the Pirates, 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 4 RBI. Pretty good day at the plate for him. Now, why do I bring him up is because he's 19 years old. They are saying there is a very good chance that Connor Griffin will make the opening day roster and potentially make his major league debut on opening day as a teenager, 19 years old. The last guy who made his major league debut on opening day as a teenager also had the initials, because Connor spells Connor with a K, Connor Griffin. This other guy also had the initials KG. That would be Ken Griffey Jr. So that happened in 1989.
Well,
so I'm saying, like, you, Dylan and Tyvis, both were not alive the last time this happened. I was 7 years old. I don't remember it. So I'm just saying, like, for a lot of us who are paying attention, if you've paid attention to baseball, like, this could be a pretty rare feat if this Connor Griffin guy makes the opening day roster.
Well, hopefully he is as good as advertised. There is one small thing that we need to point out.
Okay.
The Pittsburgh Pirates stink.
What does that matter?
What does that matter?
He's great.
His chances of making the opening day roster are significantly better. If he was playing in the Yankees, would we be saying this?
Okay, Tyvis, every year there are at least 10 teams in Major League Baseball who are ass. And if they had a 19-year-old who was as good as this guy, he would have gotten through. I'm just saying,
that's
in
all I'm
36, 37
all I'm
years.
saying is Pittsburgh is not good. I need to know if this guy was with the Yankees or the Dodgers, would he still be on the opening day roster?
Okay.
That would make a difference.
That's fair. I would just point out that every year there's a bunch of bad teams in baseball, and none of them have had a guy who was a teenager who broke into the opening day roster. Now, he hasn't done it yet, but the signs are promising. I saw Jeff Passan tweet and said, get used to knowing this guy's name. He's a superstar. So whether he makes his opening day debut, as a teenager on opening day or not, doesn't matter. He is a phenomenal player, and of course, that is something for Pirates fans to keep an eye on. But I like knowing that there's some history that can be made in a game, especially as rich as baseball, where there's so many teams, so many players, so much history. When you find out something hasn't been done in a long time, just something to keep an eye on. You know the other thing I'm keeping an eye on in baseball? It's my new favorite pastime. Not actual baseball.
Spring training.
Well, spring training, but specifically this genre of spring training. I love watching the umpires get owned by the ABS system.
Oh, it's been great.
Have you watched these videos? Oh, you got to see it, dude. There was a guy in that Pirates game.
They challenging it like that?
Oh, there was the umpire in the Pirates game who I wrote down his name because I had to actually go look it up. His name, home plate umpire Mitch Trezak, let him live. Bottom of the first, third pitch for this pitcher, called a ball. Instantly, the catcher taps his helmet. It's a strike. Then same at bat or same inning, he calls a strike. The hitter taps his helmet. It's actually a ball, gets overturned. This guy in 3 innings had 6 pitches overturned.
Really?
3 innings, 6 pitches overturned. Like almost every time someone came up to, like, the home team and the away team basically each got one every single time. And he's not the only one. He's the one I saw yesterday, but there's guys who've had it multiple times in a row where they're just like, they tap the helmet and then the next pitch, they're like, oh, okay, you said that was a strike. This has to be a strike. And nope, that was a ball. Actually, you missed it.
Getting it wrong.
Here's where this can get terrible because people are like, oh, this is not a big deal. Each team gets 2 challenges, but you don't lose your challenge if you get it right.
Yes.
Baseball can take 4 hours again. And all the work Rod Manfred did to speed up the game could be undone if these umpires continue to suck. And they just challenge 10 pitches in a row because they're getting every call wrong.
Here's the reality. That I don't think they're going to be. I don't think, I could be wrong. Famous last words. I don't think these major league umpires, for the most part, will be this bad throughout the season because they're going to have to get better. Like there's no more where the umpire just today decides, strike zone's a little bigger because I said so. Like, you'll have to adjust during the game and get your strike zone tightened up to be accurate. And if you can't do that, you won't last as a major league umpire for very long. So, yeah, the first year of this, I guess I could say that. First year or 2 of this, you may see some umpires who are just abjectly terrible and their games go way longer. That'll be something to keep an eye on.
They better not. They just sped the game up. That's what made fans want to tune in again. They better not slow it down with all of this.
But there will be more umpires who I think adjust, get better because of this system. And then you won't see it slow the game down because you'll have umpires who get better at it. But it's because if you haven't seen how this works, I mean, I know we had it somewhat last year too, but the way it works is essentially they tap their helmet, the umpire steps away from the plate, turns his back to the camera that you usually see on a baseball broadcast, addresses the crowd and says, like, turns on his microphone and says, the batter is challenging the called strike, and then
they could take that out.
Yeah, I don't need that. Just
take that out.
They got to make some announcement, I guess, that it's being challenged, but I don't know why he has to stand there, turn around, and do it. Just do it from the batter's challenging the play, and then there you go. But we can also see the batter tapping his helmet, so I don't know that we need an announcement for it.
It is a pretty quick process, though, and it's
just when you do it 20 times,
right.
Yeah, if you keep getting it right.
On TV and the arena, they will, or in the stadium, they will show you.
They show you if
the
it was,
little K zone thing and where the pitch was.
So, but it is if you mess it up, you don't get another challenge.
You get two.
You get two unless
it's kind of like the NFL challenge system.
If you get it right, you keep it.
Yes.
Yeah. So you could challenge 10 straight pitches, and if you're right on all of them, you could keep challenging and still have two in the bag.
It's funny because the batters know the most. Like, they know when it's a strike.
It's crazy watching it though, because it is like there was one the other day that was less than 1/10 of an inch, but it was accurate. Like it got overturned because the batter, whoever called it, said it was a ball, and it was.
Good for him.
It's crazy.
But then there's also like the game you were talking about yesterday. The first one that got challenged, that pitch was right down the middle, and he called it a ball.
It was so egregious. it was 9 inches up from the bottom of the strike zone down Broadway, and he just missed it. Terrible. Are the Browns open to trading from the number 6 pick? Andrew Barry answered that question. A variety of others. What? Something like that. He answered a bunch of questions about it. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still no crashes to report for you on this early Wednesday morning, but that is the case for many of us around the city. Just some easier roads out there, especially those northbound drive times. 71 north between 670 to 270 will take you about 8 minutes. Not too bad. 9 minutes, though, if you choose to take 315. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan traffic.
Got this. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Steve here from USA Insulation. Let me ask you a question. Do you know why your thermos keeps your coffee hot? Because it's insulated with foam. So let us do the same thing and insulate your home with our premium foam for only $99 a month, interest-free. The cold weather's here. There's nothing better than sitting in a warm, comfortable home with your loved ones and keeping that cold, drafty air outside. So make the call today, 529-2440, 529-2440 or usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
So let's talk price, Wilson.
Let's talk about the price, Bob.
I hear it a lot. Leslie, aren't Pella windows a bit more expensive?
The actual retail price is.
But we're not. We've got 5 different window lines for the $300,000 to the $3 million home. All are Pella Elite.
Oh, so when I get on the show, I'm going to have to bid lower. That'll come in super handy someday.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rated the leading window brand at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Save $1 each when you buy 5 or more select items during our Buy More, Save More event. Save on Oreos, General Mills cereal, and more with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Common Man here for my friends at Germain. Germain is having a huge President's Day sales event all month long at all 12 of their Columbus locations. This month and this month only, all qualified pre-owned vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on top of the $1,000 price promise. No one's going to sell you a car for less. With nearly 4,000 vehicles and 30 brands, there's only one website you need when shopping for your next car. It's GoGermain.com. That's GoGermain.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. You know, there is no end to the amount of stuff in my garage. I've got bicycles. I've got rollerblades. I've got every basketball, football, baseball, hockey puck, lacrosse, you name it, we've got it in there. If your garage looks like mine, that might be one of the reasons you've put off getting your garage floor fixed. Maybe you've got stains and cracks, bad epoxy job. Whatever the case, if your garage looks bad, that feels bad when you pull in there. But I don't want to have to clean out my garage to get my garage floor fixed, right? Well, good news. Comer and Cross concrete floor coatings, they will come and fix your garage floor in just one day. They will take all the stuff out of your garage so you don't have to. Plus, Comer and Cross, they're all certified, uniformed pros, no subcontractors at Comer and Cross. Get your quick and easy Comer and Cross garage floor estimate now. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR is the number. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com. Get a new garage floor in just one day with Comer and Cross.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Ohio State men's basketball team has a big game when it comes to their NCAA tournament chances. They'll be looking to log a quad 1 win tonight when they take on the Iowa Hawkeyes in Iowa City. Coverage begins at 8 here on The Fan. The 13th ranked women's hoop team also has a big game tonight. They'll take on the 8th ranked Wolverines at the Shot. Tip-off is at 8 on The Fan, too. On the court last night, the 21st ranked Miami Redhawks stayed perfect when they beat Eastern Michigan 74-64. They'll attempt to go 29-0 when they visit Western Michigan on Friday. And in the association, the Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the New York Knicks 109-94. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. With a 98% customer satisfaction rating and thousands of 5-star reviews, the choice is clear. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The only contraband hiding in Tyvis's butt cheeks is a Kit Kat bar. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. Ask Tyvis anything coming up at 7:30. So I saw this story and I don't know what to make of it, Tyvis. The Jags they don't have a first round pick this year, right? The Jaguars pick in the first round is the one the Browns have.
Yeah, but I said they gave it to Cleveland,
which is great.
It ain't great because they went on to have a good season and messed up everything. Of course, they trade with the Browns and then they go out there and make the playoffs.
Fair enough.
How it works.
That was the Travis Hunter pick that they used last year, which they got from the Browns because the Browns traded down. This is part of that deal.
He's going to be primarily a corner next year.
Yes, he is. That's right. So I saw this, and I don't know what to make of it, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts. NFL Scouting Combine is going on now. Tomorrow is when we will actually have on-field activities where you get all the stuff you watch the Combine broadcast for. Today, it's the last few days, it's been meetings. It's been all that other stuff.
Medical meetings.
Yeah.
All of that. Informal meetings.
So General Manager James Gladstone and head coach Liam Cohen are not attending the event in Indianapolis from the Jags. This is a departure from 2025 when both were present during their first draft cycle together in Jacksonville. Instead, their scouting department, medical staff, they'll be on site. So it's not like the Jags are just not going to be there. But the general manager and the head coach are not going to be on site.
Yeah.
They're going to watch this all virtually. They're going to take it in virtually. Any meetings that they have, they will do, via Zoom or Teams or whatever they use. But how unique is that in the world of the NFL? Is it normal or
no? That's not normal.
Is it even like something that some teams do where the coach and GM don't show up? Because that sounds very bizarre to me that you wouldn't want to be on site.
Yeah, no, it is kind of bizarre. I did some digging to see why they would choose to do that, because you got to understand that the combine, outside of the fact that you get to meet with the players and all that, a lot of business gets done there as well. When you're talking to other teams, making deals, making trades and all those things, like that happens. Those conversations start to happen at the combine, because anytime you get all of these teams to be in one area, obviously, naturally, there's going to be those type of conversations are going to start to happen. So the fact that they taking themselves out of that conversation is interesting to me. But as I did some digging to see, what was the explanation, and I think that they came up with, they said that they don't want the combine to change how they feel about a player. Meaning, when they watch the tape,
that's actually smart, I think.
Yeah, when they watch the tape, like, they going to form their opinion. They don't want to see, he ran a fast 40 or he ran a slow 40 or he wasn't strong or all of those things. They don't want that part to interfere with what they see on tape. And I actually like that part of it. However, I still believe you need to meet the guy and still talk to the guy and all of those things.
Well, you know what, though? I could understand, because what happens every year with the combine is, and we mock this as college, at least I do.
Oh, I
mock
do every
it.
time.
As a college football fan, I know you watch a ton of college football too. Like, I watch the NFL. I love the NFL as well, but my heart and soul goes with college football. And I feel like those of us who watch college football a lot and who don't just pay attention to one team, but we watch a lot of different games, we form our opinions. We have our thoughts on some of these players. And then they go to the combine and they push enough weight around, or they run fast enough, or when they talk to people, these GMs are like, wow, you know what? This guy was slow AF. But when I talked to him, he was very nice to me, and he had some good answers about stuff that they were doing. And then suddenly these guys' names rocket up the draft board. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that's valid. Sometimes it's not. If that's the Jags' approach, is saying we don't want to let like a combine interview sway 2 years of looking at this guy on tape, I kind of agree with that. Like, I think it's good to get all the information you can, but if you had to lean one way or the other, I would definitely lean on the tape more than 20 minutes with the guy at the combine.
All the time. According to Chris in the chat, he says, if he's not mistaken, McVay and Snead don't go either.
Oh, there you go. But actually, I want to say that the dude from the Jags, their GM, used to work for the Rams. Oh, well, so that would make sense. There we go.
And then I also want to say, maybe the combine is starting to lose its juice just a tad bit, not a lot, but a tad bit, because a lot of the guys don't participate.
Oh, yeah. Or if they do, they're going to do it at their pro day.
Yeah, everybody's going to do that at their pro day. So to me, it's becoming an event where it's like, all right, so there's only there's only a select few number of guys that's getting invited to the combine to begin with. And it seems like to me, like, let's say if it was 100 guys, well, like 15 of them say, I ain't doing nothing. So what's the point of you even being here?
Well, the point is for them to go have the meetings.
Yeah, I understand. You can do that. You can do that over Zoom.
You're exactly right.
The most important thing is the medical. That's why they doing it. But outside of that, like, for the on the field stuff, that's what the fans get to see, and that's what they get a lot of ratings from that, because fans want to see their favorite player go to the combine and do what they're gonna do. And if they're not going to participate, well, then
that's right. I mean,
if everybody going to do it at their pro day, what the heck?
When you hear that, the Jags are skipping the combine, it's like, what are they thinking? And then when you hear the logic of it, if that's true, that their logic is we don't want it to devalue what scouting we've already done just because we got in a room with the guy and suddenly it changed our whole mind. Yeah, I think 2 days worth of interviews and watching a guy run around as opposed to what he actually did in college, I think that's valid to not just throw it all out because you like the guy now or because he did something better at the combine.
Also, from a player's perspective, I want to know in an alternate reality where Shedeur Sanders gets drafted if he doesn't even go to the combine last year and do the meetings and get all that criticism of him clowning around in the meetings and not taking it serious. Like, if you're a player, why even put your stock in jeopardy?
I understand
if you're someone like him.
But you know what, though? If I'm a player, what I do is I go to the meetings. I take them seriously because I know that at some point someone may want to give me a contract 3 years after I'm already on the team that drafted me, or a new coach may come in who I met with at the combine, and now he actually controls my future. That's why you take all the meetings seriously. It's just to, like, build that rapport. From the player's perspective, I totally get that. But Yeah, I understand what you're saying. If you're not going to take the meeting seriously, if you don't think they matter, then sure, don't go, because it would be better to have them not know that about you.
When we talked to Shador's representatives, they were explaining how basically Shador went to the meeting because he said like because the Bills meeting was the big one that everybody talks about, and he was saying that like Shador basically just befriended them too soon. Basically meaning like he's met Brian Daboll so many times. Like Brian Daboll's came to the game, they've had conversations, shot text messages. So like to Shador, it was like, oh, this is my friend. Like we've done this before. We're just gonna do this in the meeting. So he went in there very laid back, and they was like, nah, this ain't that. So he kind of like just had the wrong vibe.
Well, and you know
the whole thing went south.
What's funny with that is people, ripped him to shreds for that, for not knowing better. And I can understand, like, you probably should be a little more media savvy or savvy about the way that the world works, is that just because a guy's your friend over here in this other professional setting, you still have to be professional, even if you do know that person. But you know who else famously made that same mistake? Phil Jackson, when he was with the Bulls. Do you know about that story?
No.
Because Phil Jackson was an assistant, and he was like viewed as, okay, he's going to be the guy who's going to get the job. Michael Jordan likes him. Like, he is the top assistant. He is going to get this job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he went in for the meeting with ownership, and Phil Jackson, being the hippie, Grateful Dead, ayahuasca doing guy that he is, he just kind of came in flip-flops, jeans, and a T-shirt and was like, hey, you guys know what I do. I work here. You know me. You've all known me. And he kind of blew off the interview. And ownership of the Bulls was literally like so offended by that, they were not going to hire him. And it took Michael Jordan and others in the organization to go back to the ownership and say, sorry, he's a dumbass. Let's give him another chance, please. And then they went to Phil and said, hey, dumbass, take it seriously. He went in a suit, got the job.
So you saying that?
So I'm just saying, Phil Jackson made that same mistake.
Phil Jackson. If that's the case, we got 6 rings coming, baby.
I'm saying
we got Cleveland. Our time has finally been got here.
Right. I'm just saying, the fact that like a 21-year-old rich kid whose dad played in the NFL didn't know that that's how the real world works. I mean, Phil Jackson didn't know that's how the real world works either, and he turned out to be pretty successful. So yeah, I wouldn't write someone off just for that. You can have other opinions about how he plays or whatever, but I think that whole narrative about like, oh, this guy blew off his interviews in the combine, wouldn't be the first guy who's made that mistake. But you do. I mean, I think it's shocking that guys don't know better about that. All right, we didn't get to the Andrew Barry stuff, but we will hear from Andrew Barry coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Wednesday. We are noticing a big crash downtown, really impacting that 71 southbound direction at Main Street. Currently, that right lane is blocked, but we also have not too far away a completely blocked ramp. It's that 71 southbound ramp to Main Street, causing a lot of congestion out here, folks. 10 miles per hour for many of us, and we're seeing backups as far back as 71 and 670. If you can, getting off early, taking Spring Street or Long Street to get onto Main Street will save you a lot of time on this Wednesday. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, Columbus, big news. For a limited time, get Uber One free for a full year so you could save on food and rides. That's a $96 value on us. Just use code Columbus. Get 1 year of $0 delivery fees, 10% off eligible food and grocery orders, and up to 6% Uber One credits on rides. Sign up for this limited time offer today using code Columbus and save big with Uber One. Offer valid through 3/31/26. Savings and $0 delivery fee on eligible orders and rides only. Fees and terms apply. See app for details.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven. I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News and World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up with care management that ensures doctors work together on complicated conditions. We show up with the latest in online tools to make healthcare easier to use anytime. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Your mornings are jam-packed. So if you're going to add anything, make it your favorite bite from Tim Hortons. Buy any size beverage and add a daily baked donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. It's the best way to add more to your morning. The 1-2-3 menu, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra. Exclusions and terms apply at timhortons.com/offer-terms.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
I'm Jay Plyburn, anchor at 10 TV News This Morning. Not long ago, my wife Whitney and I packed up a camper van, hit the road, and spent months exploring national parks and small-town farmers markets, having the adventure of a lifetime. Now my goal is to help you start your day feeling informed and ready for what's ahead. From the impact of state and local decisions to breaking news from Dublin to Delaware, we've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to 10 TV News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
This is National Public Schools Week, and Ohio's educators are proud to serve the 1.6 million public school students in our state. We know the power of public schools firsthand. We believe in the promise of providing high-quality education to everyone. To our public school educators, students, and families, thank you.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
The Jackets hit the road for a battle with the Bruins. Live fan coverage starts Thursday night at 6:30.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We could still see some lingering rain and snow showers. Otherwise, it'll be a cloudy start with temperatures right around freezing and gusty winds. For this afternoon, mostly cloudy, turning sunny as we head into the later part of the day. Highs will get up into the upper 40s with breezy winds continuing. And then for tonight, partly cloudy overnight with our lows in the mid to upper 20s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah? The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Remember the time producer Dylan said that Alabama should be in the playoffs and that Tyvis started yelling at him? Yeah, those were good times. And remember later that day when Tyvis punched him in the face? Oh, classic stuff. Here's T-Bone and Tyvis.
Charlie Coyle, Jackets forward, going to join us coming up at 8:30. Jackets getting back on the ice tomorrow in Beantown, right? Taking on Boston.
Yes,
so we'll
sir.
have that. They are obviously chasing them and the Islanders, who they get here on Saturday. So big start coming back from that Olympic break. So we are, going to talk to Charlie Coyle about time off and getting ready to get back on the ice. So looking forward to that coming up at 8:30. So I keep saying I'm going to play these Andrew Berry cuts, and I promise you I'll do it now just so we get it out of the way. But I did see we're also going to talk about Mel Kiper put out his big board mock draft thing, and boy, that looks good for the Buckeyes. We'll get to that in a second. But here is Andrew Berry talking about what the Browns are going to do when it comes to taking the best player available versus what they need for their roster.
I think you've heard me say over the years that the draft, it's really for like highest sustainable impact. And that's not to say that need or positional value doesn't have some role in that. But at the same time, it's not like you're just going to match your picks to the best of whatever. I mean, I think about a year ago at this time, I wouldn't have guessed that the draft would have played out positionally the way that it did in 2025. And you have to be flexible, you have to be adaptable in terms of where the player pool and where the talent pool is. I think the good thing about this coaching staff, really in all three phases, is they are very adaptable to using your best players. So you have to be open to the fact that it may not look exactly the way that you'd envision it or that you'd hope that it would look coming out of it.
Tyvis, what the hell did that mean? Because I just times when I listen to Andrew Berry, highest sustainable impact. Yeah, right. Hall of Famer, high sustainable impact.
Basically, out of all the thing that he just said, he's saying that sometimes you have a plan going into the draft that you want this guy, but the way that the draft falls sometimes is that you're left with having to take the guy that's the best talent, that's the best available, instead of doing position need or what the team needs. Sometimes when you're picking that high, you got to take the best talent, the best available player. And basically what he's saying to me is it could be a scenario where the Browns don't take a receiver or offensive tackle. Mm-hmm. They could take who they think is the best player because they didn't think he'd be there.
Okay. Thank you for that. I still have no idea what any of that meant. Not because of you, basically, but I'm saying, it sounds like he's saying, like, we would like to take the best available player. We would like to take a guy who fits our needs, but if he's not there, then we'll just take the best available player. And it's like, right. So no plan. Like, just the plan is we'll do whatever happens. Like, whatever falls to us, we'll kind of take it. So, or he has a plan. He's just not going to say it. Either way, thank you, Andrew Berry, for that. He was also asked how aggressive he's going to be in free agency.
I would anticipate that there's at least the chance that we would be a little bit more aggressive more aggressive than last year. But it'll be targeted and opportunistic. I think, realistically, we may be one more offseason away from being like hyper aggressive in that window. But if there's something that fits us, fits our roster, fits our timeline, then it's certainly a swing we'll take.
The first time he admitted that they're in a rebuild.
Well, that's where he says,
thank you.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
There you go. Exactly.
Waiting here.
You want to talk about highest sustainable impact? The contract that you gave Deshaun Watson had a lot of sustainable impact on this roster because that's everybody's excuse now. It's like, well, we can't do anything because next year we could. Why is that, Andrew Berry? Oh, just randomly because 2027 is more of a window for you, or because you have a contract that falls off the books next year, unless the Browns do something stupid and play him, and he turns out to be like just good enough that you have to decide maybe we give him a deal, maybe we give him a contract, and then you ruin that plan because that's my nightmare scenario. Is that like Deshaun Watson plays 11 games, they go like 8-3, and he looks halfway decent, then gets hurt, and then they go, well, he seemed to finally turn a corner and he's got a good partnership with Todd Monken or something like that. And then they give him some BS contract and then
I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I don't think so either, but it's not out of the realm of possibility with this stupid team.
With Deshaun, it's kind of like Phil Jackson's final year in Chicago. I don't care if you go undefeated and win the Super Bowl. This is it.
Yeah. Totally agreed. I think you're right. I tend to think that. All right. So Mel Kiper Jr., he did his mock draft for ESPN, okay? Mel Kiper going to do this a lot. All these guys do it. It's fine. His mock draft, he obviously has the Raiders taking Fernando Mendoza, number 1. Number 2, he has the New York Jets selecting Caleb Downs.
Go Bucks.
He said this would be the highest draft slot for a safety since Eric Turner went number 2 in 1991.
To the Browns, right?
Yes, I think that's right. Shout out to the Browns. Good for us if that was the case. Anyway, so Caleb Downs, number 2. Then David Bailey, the edge rusher from Texas Tech, great player. Arvell Reese has going 4 to the Titans. Spencer Fano going 5 tackle to Utah, from Utah going to the Giants. Then at 6, guy you hate, Browns taking Carnell Tate. Yes.
Tyvis wants Mekhi Lemon.
Tyvis has said that if he had to pick between the two, he might lean Mekhi Lemon. So now that turns into he hates Carnell Tate. That's what I'm saying. But the Browns, he has taken Carnell Tate at 6. He has the Commanders taking Sonny Styles at 7. So, folks, that would be 4 Ohio State players in the top 7. Now, it's Mel Kiper's mock draft before any of these guys have run a 40 at the combine. So I know this is all subject to change. This is all about clicks. This is all everything else. Can we at least acknowledge, though, that even if it doesn't turn out to be 4 out of the top 7 are Ohio State players, there's a likelihood that you will have 4 of the top 15, top 20 be from Ohio State, and that's still pretty great. That is an immense amount of talent that was on this Ohio State roster last year.
Caden McDonald is projected to go to the bottom of the first round, so you can see 5 first-round Buckeyes.
That's exactly right. So I'm just pointing out here that, like, he is far from – I think Mel Kiper's a little more optimistic on the Buckeye players than maybe some of the other mock drafts out there, but he's also been doing this for a long time. He's also pretty plugged in. Now we also know Mel Kiper's big board's going to change 27 times between now and the draft, but – I mean, I'm just telling you, that's the level of talent that it's missing from this Ohio State roster next year. They're going to have to replace.
I don't like the fact that the Browns find themselves in a situation where the thing they need the most is always the weakest thing in the draft.
What do you mean?
We're talking about tackle or receiver?
Tackle.
Oh, well, yeah.
Talk about tackle.
I agree with that.
So always, last year it was quarterback. This year, tackle. It's like, man, y'all can't. Why can't it be that y'all need an edge rusher? It's like.
It's also quarterback this year. Let's be real.
They
do need a quarterback, but it's not exactly a strong class for that either.
Can we go back to the Buckeye thing, though? I think we need to reopen the conversation that had a Bishop and Friends about. It was Baker. His quote got clipped, and I saw it on social media that he doesn't think we'll see this team as one of the best teams in program history to not win a national championship. Well, if you have 4 Buckeyes drafted in the top 7 picks, like Mel Kiper is projecting, well, I think that conversation needs to be rehashed.
Well, and if we get there with the draft, I'm sure that it will
even
be.
The 2015 Buckeyes.
Bums.
I don't think we had 3 in the top. What is it? Top 6?
It would be top 7. It would be 4 in the top 7.
No, we didn't have that.
Now, again, this is one mock draft. This hasn't happened yet.
Right.
But I think what is clear and what is becoming fairly clear, we'll see what the consensus is after next week when some of these guys actually are at the combine. But, yeah, I mean, I have been saying this from the get-go where people are like, don't worry. This wasn't really our year. They were ahead of schedule. Next year's the year. It's like, every year should be the year here at Ohio State. Every year this team should be top 5 competing for national championships. They're not going to win one every year. I understand that. But you have the talent, the resources, everything here to be a top 5 team. My whole point was with last year's team, that defense may be the best defense we've ever seen at Ohio State. And we got a lot of people waving that away and being like, this team wasn't ready to win. I hope next year's defense is even better. But the point is, last year's defense was probably as good as you've ever seen at Ohio State, or at least it's in the Mount Rushmore of best defenses we've ever had at Ohio State, right? So to just wave that away and be like, but they weren't ready yet. They had a Heisman finalist at quarterback. They had 2 guys who are going to be number 1 receivers for the NFL teams they play for when they are allowed to go play, in Jeremiah Smith's case. They had an offensive line that returned most of the guys from a team that won a national championship. Like, how much more ready did you have to be to win a national championship? We can acknowledge it was disappointing to not win the national championship with this team last year because I thought they got outplayed by Miami in that game and they didn't make adjustments quick enough. I thought Kurt Cignetti outcoached Ryan Day in that Indiana game. Those are the realities, folks, and that's fine. Still means you had a great team, but I think we're going to look back on that later on in life and go, yeah, that team should have done more than just bow out to Miami in the playoffs. I genuinely think that. All right, 2 minutes away. Ask Tyvis anything. You can ask us those at Bone and Tyvis 971, or you can go on YouTube. Just go search T-Bone and Tyvis. Click on that. Put comment in there. We will put it in to the question hopper next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
The road's now looking busy over on the west side. Here we go. We are seeing 2 crashes not too far away from each other. The first one's going to be 70, that eastbound direction at 670, where that left lane is blocked. Already looking at 6-minute delays and 19 miles per hour for travel times. But again, not too far away. Another crash. The right shoulder is blocked on 70 eastbound right at Wilson Road. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And of course, you know me. I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Are you starting to get recognized from these ads, Wilson?
Yep. folks are really liking the idea of home-changing windows and superior performance and 5 different lines to fit any budget.
That kind of sounds like Pella's thing.
Oh, yeah, it is. They recognize me, but then they ask for your business card, so that's neat.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rated the leading window brand at PellaColumbus.com.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Save big on a delicious roast. Right now, USDA Choice Boneless Chuck Roasts are on sale for only $6.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Getting the cold shoulder? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to fund a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Every time Tyvis laughs, take a drink. Just kidding. You'd be dead in 30 seconds. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
We will do Ask Tyvis Anything coming up in mere moments. What do you got going on today? You have to go up to Cleveland, don't you?
I have to do the Cleveland show again today and tomorrow, and then I'm going to lift with McNuggets after the show.
What is with you? And everyone's got like, oh yeah, me and Bill are going to do this, and it's like I don't know who Bill is, and you're like, oh yeah,
McNuggets. That's our producer.
Okay, I don't. Not the
You
most
know
people
who McNuggets
I know who he is now. Does he have a first name?
Mike.
Is his real last name government name McNuggets?
It should be.
I wish
His
my
government last name is Lucas.
I wish my last name was
Mike Lucas.
There you go.
But nobody calls him that. They call him Mikey McNuggets.
I never get asked to go live.
You know who gave him that nickname?
Who was it?
Joe Thomas.
Good for him. That's not. I mean, good for McNuggets. I'm saying.
Was he eating?
I don't know. No, he obviously McNuggets is not from the area. So when he got up here, we had Joe Thomas on, and he said, "Joe, I need a cool nickname for the show." Because we didn't want to. Everybody, producer Mike, we didn't want to say Mike, so they're like, we need a cool name. And
I don't know.
Joe Thomas was like, I don't know, McNuggets. And they was
so
like,
Joe Thomas was the one eating McDonald's at the time.
Maybe.
I'm just saying. I mean, one, I'm not going to disparage the nickname because I go by T-Bone. So like, I can't. I mean, I literally go by another food-related nickname. I'm just saying, like,
they should call me Chipotle.
Call me. Yeah, I think that would be good. Eats Chipotle in a car is what they should call you. Well, why don't I ever get the invite to lift? I'm just asking.
You lift?
I can.
When the last time you lift?
Every day.
No.
I lift 300 pounds. I squat 300 pounds when I get up.
In the weight room. When the last time you pumped some iron?
Probably not for 6 months.
It's been 6 months since you lifted?
Yeah.
What about you, Dylan?
Probably going on a year.
I can't do that.
Get me on that leg. Get me on that leg press machine. I can't. I can move some weight.
You ain't gonna. When the last time you did that? Leg press.
6 months ago.
If you leg press, you gonna fall into the commode when you got to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna tell you that now. Your legs gonna be so sore.
I do that.
You just gotta fall into it.
Get to know your resident national champion. It's time for Ask Tyvis Anything.
I'm just reading the questions in the order they come in. This is from Meat Sweats, who says, I got a question for Tyvis. Will he end up getting a 4-wheel Rascal for stability or a 3-wheel Rascal for better turning radius? He's referencing all your health issues and how you're eventually going to need to get a Rascal to drive a little motorized scooter. He wants to know if you want the 3-wheel one so you can turn it better or the 4-wheel one because it's more stable. So that's the first one that was in here, Tyvis. I don't know what to tell you. All right. I guess he's not going to answer that.
Why would he ask me that? No, none, because I ain't getting no rascal. That's not happening.
All right. That's
the little motorized.
yeah.
For all your health concerns.
Yeah,
How would I do the show? I'm gonna park the thing right here.
Yeah,
in the
you
front.
park it over there. You walk
You
here.
know what? If that's the case, I want me some rims on it. I want the spree wheels, the ones that keep spinning when I stop.
Yes, that's right. You got to have them on dubs. That's exactly right. So the chairs have wheels in here, Tyvis. So you can literally.
I want the dice on
wheel
the chair. I want the dice in the mirror. All of that. Yeah,
absolutely. That sounds good. All right. So no answer on that.
No, I'm none. None.
Bebo says, lifelong Browns fan living in Cincinnati. My wife is a Bengals fan. How do I raise my son? Do I bring him into the dysfunctional Browns fandom or let him root for the local Bengals? I'm torn. Tyvis, so, I know you're a Browns fan, but
he said his wife's a Bengals fan.
Wife's a Bengals fan.
He's
they live in Cincinnati. Thank you for listening, by the way, online or on the app, however you're doing it.
So this is what you do. You get them both gear.
Okay.
You get the kid both. And then at some point, the kid is going to make their decision on who to root for.
Yeah.
And that's just how, and then you stop buying other gear. That's how you do it.
Do you remember when
I had this problem? So my mother is from Chicago.
Okay.
And then my pops, when he was in the States, he was a huge fan of the Knicks.
Okay.
So Bulls, Knicks. This was in the 90s.
Oh, you had to pick. That's, blood in the garden right
there. So anytime my mother would send me to my father, she would have me draped in Bulls gear. And he would be upset and rip it off and make me wear Knicks gear.
And meanwhile, you had just like awesome jerseys and shorts and everything. You had all the gear.
I guess. I don't recall none of it.
Were you a John Starks guy?
Do I look like I was a John Starks guy?
You would know John Starks. It's before your time.
He was with the Knicks.
Yeah.
The point guard for the Knicks.
And he dunked on Michael and Scotty and everybody. He just dunked on the whole city of Chicago. Guy's amazing.
Do I look? No, apparently.
About Anthony Mason.
Yeah,
like
but
him?
Make a long story short, I grew up to be a Michael Jordan fan.
Oh,
I made my own decision.
There you go. That's right. So you ended up, but you picked Bulls. I mean, essentially, right?
Technically, yes.
Or were you picking him for his Wizards career? I'm not sure.
Well, technically, I'm more of a Cavs fan. So
yeah, I got that.
I split on both of them.
Yeah, that's fair. So what do you say that Bebo should do? Should he put his kid through the misery of being a Browns fan?
It's not misery. First of all, if you're a Browns fan, anybody that's a Browns fan to me means that they are loyal. Through thick and thin, they don't leave when things get rough. It actually speaks to your character.
Okay, great. It's character building, but it just sucks watching it.
Yeah.
That's good.
But you always going to be there. No matter how bad things get, you ain't going to leave.
Just like training for the Navy SEALs. It builds character, but it sucks going through it.
Unless they give money to a guy who's alleged to have done crimes.
Oh, well, then that's
then
no
you've
good.
seen people just
That's you get 28 allegations against you or whatever when it comes to massage parlors. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. My advice wasn't asked for, but I'll just say this. If I were this dude where lives in Cincinnati, wife is a fan of the Bengals, make it easier on your kid. When your kid asks you, like, who do you root for, Dad? Just be like, oh, like Morgan Freeman in Batman Begins, where it's like, oh, the Tumblr? You wouldn't be interested in that. Like, you don't want to know about who I root. Let's not even talk about it. So you don't want that.
No, don't do
need
that.
it. No, I wouldn't even tell
character. Builds character.
Dallas asks, would you participate in an eating contest? I don't
think I'm built to do that. What kind of food is it?
It doesn't say. What's your favorite food? I know you've said that you very much enjoy chicken wings. Do you have any other foods
what do you mean? I probably eat 10 wings and that's it.
But you're competitive. That's the thing. It's a competition. It's not just eating for no reason. It's other people are out there talking smack to you.
The only thing I feel like I could eat like a large quantity of is like popcorn shrimp or something.
Okay.
Fried shrimp.
It's a popcorn shrimp eating competition. And I don't know. Who is someone in your career that just you could not stand to see win?
I love everybody.
Oh, sure.
Russell Wilson.
Sure. All right. Richard Sherman says, I know I can eat more than you.
Oh, he's going down.
Okay, thank you. So you would. There is a contest you would do.
First of all, I don't want to be in an eating contest. You know what contest I wanted? That lemonade one. That big dude, that big black dude that went in there, he going down. I'm telling y'all right now.
I don't know the guy's
going
name,
down.
But that guy who chugs, I think that's part of his like online persona.
I would
chugs,
roll him. I'm telling y'all,
dude.
I should sign up.
That guy
for July, Rolly.
That guy, because he does do the hot dog eating competition, all the other stuff too. But
I don't think he do the hot dog. He does
other. He does other eating competitions.
He the man in that lemonade. Now I'm gonna tell you, he ain't beating me.
Okay, all right. And then I thought we had one more here. Maybe I lost it. Sorry. Hold on.
Look at you.
Tyvis, say something.
Not unprofessional.
I have one for Tyvis.
No.
I'm about to order some bows. What do you want?
What do I get from there?
I think the
chicken
biscuit with an egg.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the one I was looking for. Anon says, ask Chipotle where his hate for Carnell Tate comes from. Also, Thin Mints.
What is this all? I don't hate Carnell Tate. If the Browns get Carnell Tate, I'll be head over heels. I'm just thinking about the best thing that the Browns need to look for the future. Carnell Tate will be fine. If they get Carnell Tate, that's a great pick. Don't ever get that twisted.
No. I hope that they cut up the one from yesterday where you said Carnell Tate overrated. Kai Lemon is my favorate player of all time. I wish he would have been a Buckeye. And Carnell Tate
I think when you look at Todd Monken's offense, when he was with Baltimore, his best receiver was Zay Flowers. He got Zay Flowers to be really good. Zay Flowers operate out of the slot. Right. Everybody wanted to all of a sudden put Jerry Jeudy in the slot when everybody hated Jerry Jeudy last year. Now you want to put him in the slot to be the most effective guy? Like, that don't make sense.
Why am I looking here on your Twitter and it says Carnell Tate should not be a first-round pick? What? Why did you say that? I can't believe
that would never happen. First of all, I love Carnell Tate. He was one of my favorite Buckeyes.
Just trying to get you to feel a little bit of what I've been dealing with the last few weeks.
No, I don't.
I'm going to put you in that.
I don't care enough.
We're going to put you in the device. We're going to make it happen.
I don't care enough.
We should all hope to be as successful as Kirk Cousins. I'll explain why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still watching a mess out on the roads, especially if you're heading downtown. It's after a crash on 71 southbound at Main Street where that right shoulder is currently blocked. But again, not too far away. Because of that crash, we are seeing that 71 southbound ramp at Main Street completely close out. There were 7 miles per hour for travel times and seeing congestion as far back as 71 and 670. To avoid it all, folks, take 71 southbound and then get out that Lester Drive southbound, passing areas like Long Street, Broad Street, even Spring Street out there. Eventually get you to Main Street. And from there, you can head westbound or eastbound. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us, bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
It's Skyway time at Skyline Chili. Come get your Skyline 3, 4, or 5-way with 50% extra cheese at no extra charge. Regular and large ways only at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
When it comes to trucks, dependability matters. At Germain Toyota, we know what it takes to earn your trust. Quality vehicles, straightforward pricing, and a team that puts you first. From the job site to the weekend, drive a truck built to go the distance. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
You got this. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Are you struggling with bad feet? Hi, it's Mike from the Good Feet store. I'd like you to hear what Kelsey, a kinesiologist, has to say about how your feet can affect your entire body.
When the foot's placed in the ideal position, everything else up the kinetic chain works better. You have better balance, more energy, you're gonna feel better. Being able to move freely means everything to me, and good movement starts with the feet. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that they support all 4 arches of the foot.
So did you even know you had 4 arches in each foot? Most people don't, and most shoes and inserts only support one of your foot's arches. Learn how Good Feet arch supports can support all 4 of your arches. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Hey folks, it's Berm here from 97.1 The Fans, Austin and Berm Show. Last week I was on the road visiting a recruit and I saw one of my old fast food favorites on the side of the road and was hungry for lunch, and I thought to myself, this place used to just call my name, and I thought, hey, why not stop in and have some? I'm on maintenance right now with Awaken 180 and I'm allowed to eat it. So I pulled in, I ordered the usual, I sat there and unwrapped it in the restaurant and I was so excited. And then halfway through it, I thought, why am I eating this? And it wasn't even in a guilty way. It was more confusion because it didn't taste like I remembered. It didn't hit like it used to. I wasn't craving it anymore, and I really wasn't excited about it. And I just kind of stopped wanting it, and that's when it clicked. Awaken 180 didn't just help me drop 35 pounds. It changed how I look at food. I'm 3 weeks into maintenance, and I haven't put a pound of that 35 back on. And I finally understand what works for me. It's not about I can't. It's about not wanting it the same way anymore. I'm not craving the bad. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Rothman and Ice.
They've revolutionized the money clip. What does Tyvis Powell carry?
Say this word for word. You got that clip on you?
Oh, he's going to think you're talking about that.
What is that?
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. If your kid is complaining about not wanting to go to school, blast the volume on this show. You won't have any more problems. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Somebody in the chat said you should name your kid Tabasco.
Yeah.
Come on.
He said, because how you said you're going to call him Tsunami no matter what his name is, that guy said he's going to name him Tabasco no matter what it is, because he said like how Sauce Gardner got his name, even though I think his real name is like Ahmad.
Is that right?
I think Sauce's first name is Ahmad or Ahmed or something like that.
Okay. No, I'm telling you, I feel like.
And then he was like Kool-Aid McKinstry. Like,
yeah, that was because that's I presume not a government name.
No, Kool-Aid is not his name. It's not his government name.
The Coldest Crawford, I think
that's his real name.
Yeah, that is a good name. I like that one. I'm just telling you that, you guys are working on the name for the baby boy. It's got to start with a T.
It's harder than you think.
Tsunami is the one I'm voting for, and I will call him that on the show for the all the furtherance of time. But you guys still have to work that out. Tabasco should be on the list, though. I like it.
It's
good.
So hard coming up with a T name.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't think it would be this difficult. I see why my mama just said, you know what, Tyvis.
Yeah, well, Tyvis is a great name. It's a unique name.
Yeah.
I've never heard of another Tyvis. You're the only Tyvis I've ever heard.
I think it's a couple out here now. I'm the oldest.
They were named after you.
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
There's some kids that were made.
It's like how
you had that interception.
How I feel about my name is the same way how Archie Griffin feels about if somebody wins the Heisman twice. He goes from not being the only guy. He was the first to dub. So that's how I feel about Tyvis. I might not be the only Tyvis, but I was the first Tyvis.
There you go. So if your child is yet to be born and you're looking for a good name, Tyvis, we recommend it here on the show. So Kirk Cousins is set for free agency. The Falcons' new GM basically said, yeah, we're done. Ian Cunningham said what he's done in his career, we owe that to him to allow him some clarity going into free agency by telling him personally that they plan to release him. Now, he signed that contract with the Falcons. I forgot the contract number was this big. Do you know what the contract number was that he signed up for?
3 years, 100 million, 80 million.
I'm reading the AP article here. It says he signed a $180 million contract.
Excuse me?
That cannot be right. That cannot be right. He didn't make $180 million there. There's no way he made $180 million there.
Let me check the Carfax. Let me check the Carfax on that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Like, he ain't fleeced them like that. 4 years, $180 million contract signed, which featured $100 million guarantee.
And that's what he's gotten. Is the $100 million guarantee.
Must be nice. Little MBN.
I'm telling you.
He on his way to being how I feel about Sam Bradford and Jay Cutler.
He's outdone him, Tyvis.
I think he
has, think so?
Right?
Yes.
Sam Bradford and Jay Cutler used to rob the NFL with a finger gun. And it's unbelievable, like, to watch them steal this money like this. Now, I won't say he necessarily stealing, because they kind of put themselves in that hole when they decided to draft. They signed him and then drafted Michael Penix. So, like, they kind of put him in that situation. But, man, Kirk Cousins, he made some coin in his day. And if you ever watch Quarterback on Netflix, which I think he was featured on there 2 years.
I did see him. I saw him
was he
the
on
season that he did when
with
he
the
first,
Vikings.
No, it was the first season where he went from the Vikings to the Falcons.
Oh, yeah, because they went to Cookout.
Yes,
that's exactly after the game. Yeah.
And he was like, he's like, I bet they're gonna know. I bet they're gonna be shocked when they see me. And then they were just like, "Here's your food." And he was like, yeah, thanks.
And they didn't
like,
know who he was.
Bye.
Yeah.
They just like closed the window, and he's like, "Wow, they don't even know who I am."
Yeah.
Like,
so
no, they don't.
Like, but when you see him like on that show, like he's not a flashy guy. Like, he don't look like he's
very.
So that means he's swimming in it.
I would tend to think so.
He's got kids though.
Well, he
lost it all. Man. I'm gonna tell you right now, them kids is expensive. I didn't know this.
They're not this expensive.
Yes, they are.
No, I hope they're
yes,
not.
They
because
are.
I'm not
my kids, especially my oldest one, she got me at the grocery store every other day. I promise you, when I was a kid, I didn't eat as much as they do. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I know.
Like, my oldest is at the point where she will eat dinner. And then literally like 15 minutes after eating, it says, I need something else.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking at her like, what?
We had the same. We just had this yesterday.
We had noodles. My wife made them buttered noodles the other day. She finished it, asked for a salad, finished that, and then said she wanted a grilled cheese sandwich. Like, what are you talking about?
They're growing
it's
kids.
Ridiculous.
Tyvis, they're growing kids. Here are Kirk Cousins' career earnings, all right? Just in perspective. This is from Warren Sharp. $403 million is what Matthew Stafford has made in his career. Obviously still going.
How much you say?
$403 million is what Matt Stafford has made. He is a Super Bowl champion, has 7 playoff wins. Let him live.
Future Hall of Famer.
Future Hall of Famer,
He is a
of course.
future Hall of Famer.
Aaron Rodgers has made $395 million. Technically, I guess, still playing. I don't know.
We don't
know if he's playing or not, but he's not retired yet. He has a Super Bowl ring. He has 11 playoff wins. And, of course, like I said, $395 million. Tom Brady, we know, 7-time Super Bowl champ, 35 playoff wins. God, I know it, but I still get shocked every time I say it.
You know, it's wild.
That's
about
2 full NFL seasons worth of playoff wins that he has.
You know, Tom Brady's never played in a meaningless game.
Is that, yeah? Okay, you're saying like his team was never eliminated in a game.
Correct.
Like they always had a chance to make the playoffs.
Correct.
In a game he played.
Every game he's played in was meaningful.
Wow. Yeah, I think I did hear that stat, but I'd forgotten about it. He's made $330 million in his career and famously took less to try to, help his teams win.
All that money down the road.
Still made $333 million. You're exactly right. Kirk Cousins is the next one on this list at $322 million. He has 1 playoff win. Like, you can say he's not successful. You can say he's terrible. You can say I didn't think he was that good.
On that list?
He may be creeping up there with his money.
He signed a deal with Houston before he left.
He did.
Then he signed one with the Browns, and I'm pretty sure.
But the deal he signed, like, think about that. He signed a $230 million deal to get to the number that Kirk Cousins got to. He'd have had another $100 million contract on top of that.
Well, you know what? Hold on, give me a second.
So he may have actually gotten there. I don't know, but
I'm gonna tell you what he signed with Houston.
I'm just telling you, Kirk Cousins,
Houston, he signed.
Kirk Cousins is. Everybody should kill to be as successful as him. That's fine with me.
Wow, with Houston, he signed a deal for 4 years, $160 million. And then the Browns $230. He had 111 of it guaranteed.
But they had to trade for him So did some of that deal get like undone and then redone when they did the new deal with the Browns?
Yeah, it must have been because this deal with the Texans was 2020 to 2025.
Yeah, so they definitely so he didn't get all that money. Or they, I'm saying like he got it all in the new contract.
He had 111 of it guaranteed.
Well, okay. So you know what? Deshaun Watson is in this category, but
here's the thing with Kirk Cousins. I don't think the only team he really robbed was the Falcons.
But they robbed themselves because they signed him, and then they went out. Wait,
why are you saying like it ain't bad?
Because you said that he's in the Sam Bradford, Jay Cutler, and I said he might be worse. But if you go back, he got franchise tagged twice by the then Redskins. That was a risk he took of not signing a long-term deal, and he probably got more than he deserved in those individual seasons, but the Redskins didn't want to give him a long-term deal. So he got franchised twice, and the franchise tag is the average of the top 5 players at that position, which the quarterback is the most expensive position in sports. So that's how he got the bag from Washington. Then he got that fully guaranteed 3-year deal from Minnesota. He played well there. I wouldn't say he robbed them.
I know, but but here's the thing. I don't know that I would. I don't know. Listen,
I didn't say. I've never said that he robbed anybody.
You said he had a finger gun.
No, I said Sam Bradford and Jay Cutler had a finger gun.
You said he may be next on the list.
He getting up there. Yeah. He getting up. He do it again. He up. I don't care what y'all say.
Always been on
there.
This has been on my position on Kirk Cousins is like solid, good quarterback. I understand why teams gave him money to a degree. But I never saw him as a guy who was going to lead your franchise to a Super Bowl. And I got yelled at for that multiple times when I would say that. And I just want to take my little victory lap now and say, I was right, you were wrong. Thank you. That's it. That's all. I don't know why everybody else was so on this guy. When I watched him play, it's like, nah, he's fine. And I know in the NFL, if you're a fine quarterback to pretty good quarterback, they're going to keep paying you because there's not a lot of those guys either. But the people who believed that he was going to be like, yes, he will get us over the hump, I never saw it, never bought into it, and I guess, again, if he'd played for my Browns, I would have been way more optimistic about his, opportunities, I'm quite sure.
Hey, he might. Don't rule it out.
Yeah,
that's right. If he's still out there wanting to play, go collect some more checks, put that finger gun back in the pocket and see what happens. All your biggest questions from the NFL, we will answer them next in the huddle. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Looking at some slower drive times after a crash on 70 eastbound at that 670 area, more towards the west side of downtown. That left lane is currently blocked, but we're seeing backups as far back as that 70 and 270 intersection out there, folks, to avoid that area. If you can, take 70 eastbound and get off and take 270 southbound instead. Then from there, hop on 40 West Broad Street, takes that all the way downtown, eventually getting back on 70 in that eastbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Common Man here for my friends at Germain. Germain is having a huge President's Day sales event all month long at all 12 of their Columbus locations. This month and this month only, all qualified pre-owned vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on top of the $1,000 price promise. No one's going to sell you a car for less. With nearly 4,000 vehicles and 30 brands, there's only one website you need when shopping for your next car. It's GoGermain.com. That's GoGermain.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Hey, Columbus, big news. For a limited time, get Uber One free for a full year so you could save on food and rides. That's a $96 value on us. Just use code Columbus. Get 1 year of $0 delivery fees, 10% off eligible food and grocery orders, and up to 6% Uber One credits on rides. Sign up for this limited time offer today using code Columbus and save big with Uber One. Offer valid through 3/31/26. Savings and $0 delivery fee on eligible orders and rides only. Fees and terms apply. See app for details. Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you a question. Has the insulation in your windows failed? How would you know? Well, one way to tell is if you're running the heat this winter way more often than you normally do. That could be a sign that that insulation has failed and you need new windows. Talk to the pros at Window Nation to find out what they can do to help. In fact, they've got a great deal going now. You can get new windows with big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you can get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. And as an added benefit, you'll get an extra 10% off for the rest of the month. Window Nation's windows use top quality materials and seals along with insulated frames. They're so incredibly energy efficient, you actually save money on your utility bills. And they're backed with a lifetime warranty, so you won't have to live with broken windows again. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale and get an extra 10% off for the rest of the month. You already know. Go to windownation.com now for a free consultation. That's windownation.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co. It's well known High Bank is my go-to when I want an award-winning whiskey, but did you also know that they make the best vodka in America? They have 3 incredible spots here in Central Ohio where the food is just as good as what's in the glass. They've got something for everyone, and get this, kids eat half off every Monday, so whether you're sipping on the best vodka in America or simply grabbing a meal with family and friends, High Bank delivers every time. Find a location and a menu at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
The rings, the moment, the forever. Make it unforgettable. Join us February 27th and 28th for Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend. Enjoy preferred bridal pricing on wedding bands and engagement rings now up to 30% off. Visit Diamond Seller on Selma Road or at Easton Town Center.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
What does it mean to live here, serve here in the Ohio Army National Guard?
It means I can attend college full-time and not have to take out student loans to pay for my tuition.
It means I can work my civilian job during the week and support my state and nation in times of need.
You too can live here, serve here as a member of the Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with full-time benefits at nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard in coordination with the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Ohio State men's basketball team has a big game when it comes to their NCAA tournament chances. They'll be looking to log a quad 1 win tonight when they take on the Iowa Hawkeyes in Iowa City. Coverage begins at 8 here on The Fan. The 13th ranked women's hoop team also has a big game tonight. They'll take on the 8th ranked Wolverines at the Shop. Tip-off is at 8 on The Fan, too. On the court last night, the 21st ranked Miami Redhawks stayed perfect when they beat Eastern Michigan 74-64. They'll attempt to go 29-0 when they visit Western Michigan on Friday. And in the association, the Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the New York Knicks 109-94. This update is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union, voted best credit union for the past 8 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit bmifcu.org to learn more. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
One of these men is bald and fat. The other is T-Bone. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You know, T-Bone, as I went to bed last night, I had a smile on my face. You know why?
Because you went to bed super early?
Well, it wasn't. I mean, it was early. It wasn't super early, but it was early. I think I made it to – I was watching the Cavs, and it was halftime with the Cavs. Mm-hmm. And the way they was playing, I smiled. It's like, okay.
They played the Knicks last night?
Yeah.
And they won that game?
Yeah. They won
their Achilles heel.
They won. They won in dominant fashion. And I was like, this was the first time they had – the Knicks had, I think, everybody. I think Jordan Clarkson might have not been the only person that played for them. But the Cavs had everybody except for Max Strus. And it was the first time seeing them post James Harden. And I wanted to see what it looked like. Because, you know, my biggest thing is Jared Allen. Because every time you can see Mitchell Robinson, it's like he tuck his tail. But he played well know, man.
Good.
I went to bed like, I think that this Cavs team could. Jason Tatum come back. This over. Then we cancel Christmas. It's over with.
For the Celtics, that's been my prophecy all season.
Come back. It was a nice story for the Cavs, but they beat the Celtics.
Yeah, we're not. I know that a lot of people are still locked in on the NBA, but yeah, the James Harden change that he has brought to the Cavs is significant.
I don't know if they're 6-1 with James Harden and have won 13 of their last 15.
They're calling him the Rick Bonus of the NBA. That's what they're calling James Harden. Bones and the beard, very similar. But no, I honestly, I look at that though, and the East is interesting to me because it seems like the Knicks are multiple teams' Achilles heel. Like I'm sure the Pistons feel that way. I know the Cavs feel that way. But it all comes down to me if the Celtics are healthy and if they get Jason Tatum back, like that's still the team to beat in the East. But long way to go. And I would love to believe that James Harden actually helps you in the playoffs, not, crap down your leg. But he's famous for doing that in the playoffs. So he's going to have to prove that to me and a lot of other Cavs fans, I would think. But yeah, a lot of time for that.
Pistons are the young team that care about the regular season this year.
The Pistons are the Cavs last year.
Yeah, they have the number 1 seed, and then the Celtics, Cavs, and Knicks are all right behind them. But it doesn't. One of those three are probably winning the East, and then they're going to run into OKC.
No, but I feel like that's true. Oh, that's all that.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
it right there.
It's the Thunder's world, and we're all just kind of living in it. That's exactly right. So yeah, I think the Pistons, though, didn't they play the Knicks last year in the playoffs? And I think the Knicks got them, but it was like a tough series. So I'm just saying, like, they want that very much. The Cavs want, to beat the Knicks, too. But yeah.
To be fair, Dylan, there is a team that can beat the Thunder.
Oh? Does it have a guy who's 7 foot whatever he is?
Yeah.
He's like an alien.
I think they beat them almost every time they played them.
The Spurs are a matchup nightmare for the Thunder. Again, thoughts that no one thought they would hear at 8:04 in the morning on Columbus radio. But I'm just telling you right now, if you do want to get locked in on that, like anytime the Spurs play the Thunder, that's quite the interesting matchup. The Dorcher chamber does not apply to the guy who's
he's too tall for that.
He's too tall for that. All right, let's talk a little football.
The biggest questions in the NFL are answered right here. Welcome to the Huddle.
So now we're going to talk some basketball. I'm wearing my Columbus Horizon hat today. That's old school Columbus basketball from back in the day. Dylan, Huddle question number 1, please.
All right, we've been talking about the Browns quarterback situation a lot this morning, so I want to know how many quarterbacks will start for the Browns and who will start the most games next season?
3, because it's 3 or more every year. 3.
Who's going to start the most?
Shedeur Sanders.
That's the way it should be, in my opinion. I feel like he's love him, hate him, whatever. He is the only one that you've seen there the last few years that gave you some indication that if he ever cleaned up part of his game, he could be like worlds better than the other guys. Deshaun Watson is what he is. He's going to be injured a lot, and I don't think his arm talent is what it used to be for whatever reason. I will be shocked if he's any good when he gets healthy. And Dylan Gabriel is, we already did that with Baker Mayfield. I don't need to see a guy throw it into the line 5 times a game and kill drives. I'm over that. Like, get someone who's tall enough to throw it over the offense. Now, also get an offensive line. There's that part, but it's not going to matter if they don't fix the offensive line. But yeah, for me, Shedeur's going to play the most games.
Deshaun Watson is supposedly healthy now. He'll definitely be healthy going into OTAs and all that. I just don't see a situation where Deshaun and Shedeur go on the same field and Shedeur looks better than him.
Really? You don't see a situation, though, where
you do know that he's coming off of 2 Achilles injuries and his arm was never that right after the shoulder injury.
Yeah, right. I'm saying, like, I could see a year
he's
where
damaged goods.
I can absolutely see a scenario where Shedeur eventually becomes the guy. And also, he's cheaper and gives you more hope for the future. Deshaun Watson has, I don't think, any hope for the future in Cleveland. So
this is it.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. This is it.
That's right. Huddle question number 2.
Which quarterback is the most likely to play for a new team next season? Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray, or hold on, I got something for this next guy.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray, or
Tua Tagovailoa.
Yes.
Ovalia.
Most likely to play somewhere else.
So Rodgers is a free agent. Kyler reportedly hasn't spoken to the Cardinals since the end of the season, and the Dolphins GM said everything is on the table, quote, regarding Tua.
Well, I think all three I think the second two are more likely. I think Aaron Rodgers, I can see a scenario where Aaron Rodgers goes back to Pittsburgh because of the Mike McCarthy thing. Although he was supposed to retire, this was supposed to be his last year was supposed to be his final year, but obviously that looks like that's cap. But Kyler, I think to me, if I'm Arizona, I wouldn't move on from him because you don't really have any better options unless you're trading for Mac Jones, but I don't see why they would trade him within the division, so I don't think that's going to happen. And Tua's out of there. They might just pull the Russell Wilson and just cut him. He's not going to be there.
I mean, there's a scenario where I think you could envision all three of these guys playing for different teams. But if I had to pick the one that's most likely to not be with the team, I mean, it's the Dolphins, right?
That's what I said. It's Tua.
Yeah, 100%. And good for them. I think it's just time to pull the plug on that experiment, regardless of how much it costs you.
Never just plugged it in.
That is accurate. Yes, 100%. Huddle question number 3.
Vikings Executive Vice President Rob Brzezinski says the Vikings are, quote, exploring every option that could be out there when it comes to the quarterback position. What should they do with J.J. McCarthy?
You know what they should do? I think what I want to do is bring in a guy who has shown that he can win games there in Minnesota.
He's done that.
They should get a guy who can maybe guide him a little bit through the iffy.
I know you ain't talking
criticism.
about Kirk.
Why not? Bring him back. He's not going to cost you a lot of money.
Yes, he will.
No, he won't. Why?
He played a good 3 games last year to end the season. Yeah, but Malik Willis is getting loved. Kirk Cousins deserves some too.
That's all potential. You pay for potential. You don't pay for remember when I was good? We've seen the most recent film of him in Atlanta. It's not good. It's not encouraging. He's always that guy that comes off the field. Dang it! If you watch all those quarterback things, dang it! Oh man, dang it! Shucks! And it's you made the same mistake 18 times in a row, dude. At some point, you just don't have it anymore.
That's fair.
He would be cheap, but he might be a good mentor. I don't know. I mean, the reality is J.J. McCarthy's not the answer. They know that, whether they want to admit it or not in Minnesota. They will do everything they can to find some competition.
You got to give him one more year, unfortunately.
Give him a year with competition, yes. And let him go out there and earn it.
Who is the backup there?
I don't remember. Was it
in Minnesota?
Yeah,
it was
Action Bronson or something like that.
Carson Wentz played a lot of games, but it was Max Brosmer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Brosmer, that dude. Yeah, and then did he get hurt too? Didn't he have a game where he got annihilated?
I just think he sucked.
Oh, well, then it was that.
He threw that ridiculous pick 6. I don't remember what game it was.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was.
But Kirk Cousins is currently on a 4-game win streak, T-Bone. He's cooking right now.
Sure.
Can't go against that.
You know what? I think Kirk Cousins is to me as Baker Mayfield is to you, where it's all right, let's just hang that up. Let's not have that discussion. It's frustrating. It's not going to work. It's not worthwhile. Did I see too that what are the Bucs saying about Baker? Aren't they trying to give him an extension?
I doubt it.
No, I swear I thought I saw that. I thought I saw that everything was on the table, including an extension. I swear I saw that. I don't have time to look it up because we have to go to break, but I'm going to say that's accurate. I'll take a break, come back. Ohio State basketball has a lot at stake tonight. We'll tell you about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Wednesday morning to you. A crash downtown still causing some major backups for many of our drivers on this Wednesday. It's on 71 in that southbound direction at Main Street. That right shoulder is currently blocked. We also have a ramp blocked too. Is at 71 southbound ramp at Main Street. It is completely closed. You cannot get through. So as for that detour, if you want to head towards Main Street, take 71 southbound and then get off to Lester Drive. Take that all the way southbound, passing areas like Spring Street, Long Street, and Broad Street. Once again, towards Main Street, and from there, you can head westbound or eastbound. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Sex, intimacy, love. These 3 things are critical to a good relationship, and that's the problem with erectile dysfunction. It often destroys sexual enjoyment and intimacy. It stresses the love between partners, often to the breaking point. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're suffering with ED, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also want you to know that ED doesn't have to impact your relationship anymore. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts, with our focus on men's sexual health. We've treated tens of thousands of men and have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. I promise you, if you're like most guys, you can get your sex life back, perhaps even performing like you haven't in years. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to better sex, better intimacy, and deeper love. Call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Winning isn't everything, but at Tim Hortons, every day's a chance to win when you play Roll Up to Win. Maybe it's a free coffee or donut, or a year's supply of fuel from Shell. That goes a long way. Maybe it's a Kobo e-reader, or up to $1,000 in Uber Eats gift cards, or even a VIP getaway to see Cirque du Soleil. Okay, not something you win every day. Roll Up to Win, only at Tim Hortons. No purchase necessary, 18 plus, ends March 22nd, 2026. Tim Hortons app required for digital game. Use the app to reveal digital rules. Game cups while supplies last. Offer a chance to win food and beverage prizes only. See official rules at rolluptowin.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News and World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
February is Children's Dental Health Month, so make sure you make an appointment for your child to visit an Ohio Dental Association member dentist. ODA member dentists are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and have access to superior ongoing education and training. On your next visit, ask if your child's dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association and American Dental Association, so you know you're being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit ODA.org.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
We at The Fan have created a show where you can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Sunday mornings at 8.
It's the Fan Call-In Show, presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We could still see some lingering rain and snow showers. Otherwise, it'll be a cloudy start with temperatures right around freezing and gusty winds. For this afternoon, mostly cloudy, turning sunny as we head into the later part of the day. Highs will get up into the upper 40s with breezy winds continuing. And then for tonight, partly cloudy overnight with our lows in the mid to upper 20s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The radio couldn't contain us, so we've taken over YouTube. Catch Morning Juice weekday mornings at 6 by searching 971 The Fan. Do it. Just a reminder, Tyvis thinks all pizza tastes the same. Also a reminder, Tyvis was born without taste buds. You're listening to Bone and Tyvis.
Your garage floor has stains, cracks, or bad epoxy. Yes, bad epoxy can make your entire garage look bad, but you can change that with one call to Comer and Cross Concrete Floor. They paid for that. That's good. Comer and Cross Concrete Floor Coatings. I don't know why I can't say that today. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR is their number. Even if I get tripped up on the name, here's the reality. Comer and Cross will come out to your garage. They will clean out your garage for you, move all that stuff outside. They will put down a glistening, gleaming, brand new floor. It's better than epoxy, better than all those other surfaces. It's going to make your garage floor look like a showroom at an auto dealership. It's going to be gleaming and perfect. And then they'll put everything back in. They'll be done in a day, and you will have a brand new garage floor with no headache. They make it so easy, and getting it done in one day. Part of that is because they don't hire subcontractors. They have pros that do the work, that know what they're doing with this product. They know how to install it properly. That's why you get the best results from Comer and Cross. So call them today, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR for Comer and Cross. Or you can go to their website to see the results, COMERcross.com, ComerCross.com, COMERcross.com.
We got Charlie Coyle from your Blue Jackets coming up at 8:30. But before we get to him, obviously there's a big game tonight. Buckeyes take on Iowa. Dylan has pointed out that the spread is 6.5, which
in favor of Iowa, right?
Yeah, it is kind of fishy. It's a little fishy.
Oh, are you saying maybe this is that maybe Ohio State? Everybody's overlooking the Buckeyes. Maybe this will be.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. And I think it's just because we don't know who's playing. I think that has to be the case. But you would imagine Bynum and Royal should be back if they had the flu last game or was a little ill. They should be back. But, I'm looking at it obviously ESPN matchup predictor. They got the Buckeyes with a 35.9% chance of winning this game. But I'm looking at, this team stats. The Buckeyes could. They should win this game. It's kind of crazy to see this. I've never really took the time out to see this. They should win. They could win this game.
No, I mean,
they're going to take a heroic performance by Bruce. But,
that's how it has to be now with this team. And we did get some updates from Jake Diebler yesterday. He was talking about both Amari Bynum and Devin Royal, who were dealing with illness last time out. Amari Bynum played and had no points. Devin Royal did not play, so obviously he had no points either. But in that loss to Michigan State, which was very close without those two guys and John Mobley Jr., getting any of those guys back for this game is critical. Here's what Jake Diebler had to say about the Royal and Bynum.
Better. Both of them have been working really, really hard to get healthier, and sometimes that's sitting still and resting, right? And but they were here yesterday, and were able to get up and move and do some things. So that was great progress.
Okay. John Mobley Jr. Dealing with the finger injury. Here's the latest on
Getting
him.
better and better each day. I think that's the encouraging thing. With this injury, there was never this specific date. There's just kind of, I guess, a threshold that has to be met, and so it's a day-to-day thing for him, but there's been progress, and he is working so hard to get back, as quickly as he can.
Yeah, well, hopefully, if they can get any or all of those guys back tonight, that would be huge for their, chances on the road. I found this question interesting. Jake Diebler gave a pretty long answer here, but I think it's worth hearing. He was asked by a reporter, and we don't have the exact quote, Dylan, but am I wrong on this? He was more or less asked, hey, do you let the guys know this game against Iowa obviously has big implications for the tournament, has big implications for the Big Ten tourney as well, but do you guys discuss your resume before you go play the game? Is that more or less what he was asked?
Pretty accurate.
Okay,
yes.
okay. Do you guys discuss the NCAA tournament resume before a game like this? Here's what Jake Diebler had to say.
I don't think getting that specific before we go out on the floor really adds any value. I think our guys, they know that right now every win is important, but they know that there's big wins available, and that our focus right now is beating Iowa. That's it. I also know that there's a reality that in a week we could have 2 quad 1 wins. Regardless. That's kind of the way that the net works, right? Things fluctuate. There's a few teams that are really close to shifting around. So we control what we could control. And right now that's how we prepare for Iowa and ultimately how we play against Iowa. That's our focus. But I understand. I understand all that. And, yeah, I mean, trust me, there's a couple teams I'm rooting for a little bit harder than others, I'm aware, but mostly just on how it pertains to, our resume. Like, that's it. Outside of all the other stuff, there's so much basketball to be played that, like, I know our resume and I know some things that could help it, rooting for those things to happen, right? And then outside of that, like, it's tunnel vision on what we can control. And that's how our team is right now. And that's part of why I think we've been able to respond, really well, is because we're focused on the task at hand. And right now it is all hands on deck that are available, for Iowa.
What do you think of those comments, Tyvis?
T-Bone, you got to stop.
What did I do? I asked you what you think of the comments. What did you think of all that?
I think that he pointed out the reality. He pointed out he tried to be optimistic about certain things, but the reality of it all is that they win these next 2 games, they in regardless. But I think he also is saying that if they so happen to drop those 2 games, there is potential ways for them to still get quad 1 wins and those games being upgraded to quad 1. So obviously he's rooting for that as well. But the tunnel vision wise, he's focused on Iowa, trying to get this dub against Iowa, because if they they win Iowa and Purdue, then they don't have to worry about any games being upgraded.
Yeah, I think, again, far be it from me to tell Jake Diebler how to do his job. However, as someone who's been around the media and is in the media, has been for better part of 20 years, probably the better answer there is just to say, we're focused on Iowa. None of that other stuff matters. We're focused on Purdue. None of that other stuff matters. We're focused on Penn State. We're focused on Indiana. That's it. Like, I'm sure he does look at all this stuff. I'm sure he knows all that stuff is out there, but I don't want to be the program that's rooting for the computers to, like, oh, technically now Northwestern is top 75. So, hey, that's a quad 1 win because it was on the road. Northwestern, by the way, if you didn't see it, last night they played Indiana. They won that game, iffy call at the end, but Northwestern got the W. So that could help the Buckeyes with getting a quad 1 win. But this is what I've been talking about. Ohio State is the program that has to pray that the computers will smile at them, and I'd rather be the team that just goes out and beats Iowa. I'd rather be the team that goes out and beats Purdue this weekend. And then you don't have to worry about what the computers think because you will be in the tournament, period. No other questions asked. So hopefully that's where this program is. And I know what he's saying. I appreciate the candor, but I think it would just be better if you just said, guys, we're looking at Iowa. I don't have time for the resume crap. We're not telling the team about that at all. No.
Quick update. Arvell Reese is speaking at the podium.
Okay.
And he said that he will run a 40.
Oh, okay. Well, we had James Laurinaitis yesterday. Do we have that audio? I should have looked for it earlier. James, we asked about who he thought was going to be faster, but he more or less said that he thought Arvell Reese would be faster in the 40, but then said he would probably do Sonny Styles will test better at everything else. You're going to be shocked by the numbers that Sonny Styles put up. So, yeah, he was, I think he also, he did talk a little bit about preparing the guys for the combine, and I thought that was a pretty good answer that he gave us. So here's a little bit of James from yesterday.
Yeah, I think, you try to prepare them, honestly, when they're freshmen and sophomores, because a lot of the study habits that they will need to learn coming from high school is not only going to help them when they get to Indy, but it's going to help them be just better kind of professional football players while here in college, right? So it's trying to let them know, it's funny, every freshman that comes in, they first off, you have to teach them to grab a pen and an actual pad of paper. And then it's, if I'm saying stuff and you're not writing it down and then you go out there and screw it up, you're either telling me I don't care, right? Or, you're not learning right. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, everyone says, oh, I got it. And then you go out there and you don't got it. And then there's an issue. Like, why didn't you write it down? It's called retention. And you're just training them because they don't know yet. And so a lot of that, making them draw early on, I'm big, especially in spring ball, of making them get up and draw our basic defenses, because when you get in those habits of drawing, it's going to be, like I said, better retention, and it's going to help them out when you're sitting in a room with a head coach and a GM and they're making you draw up one of your top schemes. It's not the first time you've done it.
Preparation for this combine process, Tyvis. I think there's some pretty good people over there at the Woody.
Yeah.
Getting people prepared. Matt Patricia, James Laurinaitis. Larry Johnson's been there forever as far as getting guys ready for the draft. How many years of experience do all three of those guys have of, knowing how to prepare for the draft or thinking about how to prepare people for the draft?
A ton. I think I love that part. When I was going through my combine experience, Obviously, when I was working at Exos, you get a coach that comes in and, talks about what the questions are going to be and what have you try to answer the questions. But it was funny because a lot of the times I would text Coach Ash, who he had left. He went to Rutgers at the time, but I was asking him questions about the defense and stuff because I knew the secondary and I knew the linebackers, but that D-line stuff, like that's too into the weeds. So like I had to ask him like certain stuff so I could be able to draw it up and stuff, and it actually helped me out a lot. Learning what an overfront was and stuff like that, and why we did it, where the bubble was, where the weaknesses of the defense was, which was stuff that I kind of knew, but like. Well, I didn't know it for like the defensive line because, again, that's not my area of expertise. So it was nice to hear that coaches is still doing that. Matt Patricia's doing a great job of reaching back out to these guys and getting these guys prepared and teaching them, which a lot of them probably already know the whys because he does a great job of explaining that when they're doing it, but to just make sure that those guys are sharp so they can answer questions.
Charlie Coyle, Jackets Forward, going to join us in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Seeing a new crash in downtown Columbus. It's now affecting that 71 southbound ramp to 670 westbound, so expect some lane closures this morning. But for our west side drivers, if you are heading into the downtown area, do note we are still seeing a crash on 70 eastbound at 670. That left shoulder is now blocked, but still looking at 27 mile per hour travel times. That's a 9-minute delay for you this morning. If you can, just get off 70 and take West Broad Street 40 to head towards the city. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, Columbus, big news. For a limited time, get Uber One free for a full year so you can save on food and rides. That's a $96 value on us. Just use code Columbus. Get 1 year of $0 delivery fees, 10% off eligible food and grocery orders, and up to 6% Uber One credits on rides. Sign up for this limited time offer today using code Columbus and save big with Uber One. Offer valid through 3/31/26. Savings and $0 delivery fee on eligible orders and rides only. Fees and terms apply. See app for details.
Common Man here for my friends at Germain. Germain is having a huge President's Day sales event all month long at all 12 of their Columbus locations. This month and this month only, all qualified pre-owned vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on top of the $1,000 price promise. No one's going to sell you a car for less. With nearly 4,000 vehicles and 30 brands, there's only one website you need when shopping for your next car. It's GoGermain.com. That's GoGermain.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. T-Bone and Tyvis present Talking Jackets. Talking Jackets.
There's a score! A turnover by the Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
You look inside the world of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Every Wednesday, we get to talk to a Jackets player. This week, it is our guy, Charlie Coyle, Jackets center on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Charlie, welcome back from the long break. How did you feel sitting there watching, the Olympics, but obviously knowing your team has been red hot, having that pause? Were you getting kind of like anxious to get back on the ice? Did you enjoy a little time off? Where did you sit with that?
Yeah, morning, guys. It's like the break's always nice because you get to rest the body a little bit. You're not skating as much, or I guess depending who you are, what time you're going to take off. But I know I took off from skating for a good chunk of that time and just kind of worked out and made sure I stayed in somewhat shape, but just rest the body, which is huge. And then you get the Olympics going too. So you turn on the TV at whatever time and you get something to watch, and it's always, I don't know, Olympics is such a great thing, and we're going to miss these last couple of weeks with them. But
especially the hockey, of course, and knowing we have, one of our own here in Zach Werenski, and there's a couple other guys who I've played with, and being from the U.S., of course, we're gonna cheer for them, and they got the job done, and it was an unbelievable game, and just the way it ended overtime, like you couldn't script it better.
When you watched it, were you like a fan like us, where after they got the game-winning goal, you started chanting "USA, USA"?
Well, internally, yes, I was. But we were actually, because we practiced that day, so we were at the rink with everyone, and we have, I think, basically 2 other Americans on the team. The rest are, either Russian or a lot of Canadians. So we were in some tough company there to kind of gloat, but we didn't want to rub it too much in their face. But I think there was a silver lining because Zach Werenski had a big assist and a big play to get that game winner. So I think that guys could, swallow the pride a little bit and be happy for Zach.
I heard Elvis Merzlikins was kind of like an adopted American for this because he was rooting for Z, and that he was basically like, hey, I'm going to, I know there's Canadians on the team, but I'm rooting for my teammate. So he kind of joined your contingent, right, of U.S. fans there?
Yeah, it's, just join the bandwagon. And but we needed bodies because we were so outnumbered. So we'd happily take Elvis. And of course, he's a smart guy because he made the right call.
We're talking to Jacket Center Charlie Coyle on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System fan guest hotline. Charlie, what is it like trying to get in the groove back of things? Obviously, you mentioned taking the break. Obviously, Z and Elvis going with their Olympic teams. How has it been trying to get that groove back? Because, again, you guys were clicking on all cylinders, getting that chemistry back on the ice.
Yeah, we definitely were, and we want to try to keep building on that as we come out of this break. And sometimes the scheduling and how to, we have plenty of practice time this last week or so, and it's like, how do you structure that so we get the best out of it? And we were pretty much going 2 days of practice, pretty long, hard practices, and then we'd have a day off, and then another 2 practices, some good skates, and then another day off. And then again, now we get 2 more days of practice, and then we're heading to Boston to play. And so it's been a pretty good schedule as far as being able to put in the work and getting our legs back and getting our, working on our good habits and remembering why, we had a success before this and the things that we did and how we played the game. You can't just turn your brain on. You got to kind of practice it and get the reps in and do things the right way so that game time comes again. And it's muscle memory at that point, and we're doing the right things. And we need it because we're going up against Boston, who's right above us in the standings. And then right after that, it's the Islanders, who are right above us in the standings. So you start to realize what every game means from here on out and what we have to take care of if we want to get into a playoff spot and stick there.
Well, you obviously have a lot of familiarity with Boston, having played there, and obviously being from around that area. Like, that organization, clearly, when it comes time to lock in around the playoffs, there's an organizational history there that they've been there, done that. A lot of those players have been through a lot of these battles. You obviously have as well. What kind of, wisdom do you try to impart on some of the younger guys here who maybe haven't been through some of that seasoning yet with that battle down the stretch? A lot of guys here who've been attempting to make the playoffs, right, and get back to it. But what do you kind of tell them as they head into this type of environment tomorrow night?
Well, you learn a lot when the more you're in the league, the more games you play and the teams you're on. And I've been a part of some pretty good teams. And I've been very fortunate that every team I've played on, I've made playoffs every year. And I take pride in that because that's what you aim to do when you start the season, is to get a spot in the playoffs. And that's pretty much all you need to, make a run and have a chance to win a Stanley Cup. And, there's definitely guys on our team who haven't been there and haven't experienced that. And maybe they don't know what it fully takes to get there, or what it takes once you're there. And that just comes with experience. And luckily we have guys who have that and can share what they've gone through, and whether it's positive stuff or negative stuff and all in between. And that's something that I definitely can do. And I know we have other guys who have done it as well, and that's what you need with good teams. Like, that's how you create a good culture and get everyone on the same page of, hey, this is what we need to do. This is how we have to play. We can't let this go to waste. Every night we have to come ready to play and bring our best, because especially for, the Columbus Blue Jackets last year, missed playoffs by 2 points. So that's one game. And that doesn't tell you enough. And I don't know what will. And we stress that. And there's just a lot of good communication on our end from players, leadership, but coaches, and on down. And everyone's starting to realize it and get accustomed to what we have to do and how we have to play. And we've seen it as of late with the success that we've gotten from it.
Charlie, before y'all went on Olympic break, y'all last 2 games, y'all pitched shutouts. Is it fair to say that y'all should get another one tonight or Thursday?
That would be nice. You give yourselves a pretty good chance to win when you don't let in any goals in your net. So, I mean, that's a testament to our goalies and how they're capable of playing. And I think us as well in front of them, trying to limit some opportunities and make it a little easier on them. But they've done such a great job, and we know what we have in them and how they're capable of playing. And it's not going to be a shutout every night. That's, no one does that. But they give us a chance any given night to win a hockey game, coming up with big saves, timely saves, and they've done it over and over again. But, of course, the last little bit, is it nice to play solid defensively and have some good goaltending and have everyone going and get your shutout? Yeah, it's a great thing, and that's probably the goal, but we got to be ready for anything and make sure we do our part in front of those guys.
Charlie, we appreciate the time this morning. Best of luck going forward, and thanks again. We'll be watching tomorrow and join it. We'll be listening here on the Fan, all right? Take care.
Sounds great. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
There you go. That's Charlie Coyle joining us. The Jackets are in Boston tomorrow night, 7 p.m. puck drop. It's been too long.
It feels like it's been forever.
Dude, I mean, I can't imagine as a player, obviously he talked about it, but to sit there knowing that you've been playing as well as they have been and then have to take that break, obviously for good reasons. The Olympics were awesome, all that stuff, but I'm sure everyone is chomping to get back at this thing. And tomorrow night it starts in Boston, then Saturday back here nationwide, 6 p.m. I'll have all the coverage for you on the Fan as they take on the Islanders as well.
Do you think that the reason why it doesn't seem as bad is because Team USA won?
Oh, gosh, yeah. If they got bounced in the quarterfinals or something, that would be just hard to really stomach. It would have been like a week of consternation about that.
When you get bounced, you just stick. So Elvis got bounced and he just
came back.
Oh, he came back.
Yeah,
I thought he was still sticking around.
No, Elvis has been practicing with the team.
Yeah, he's been back with the team. So
okay.
that would be the one upside if you had a bunch of guys on a team that got bounced. It's like, well, that sucks for them, but they're back in practice. So for all the so the teams that had guys from Team USA or Team Canada that maybe they had 2 or 3 of those guys, like Colorado. Feels like half the roster was
Did
Colorado
Boston
guys.
have anybody?
Yeah, they have guys. I mean, they all have guys out there. At least with the Jackets, the fact that Zach Werenski was the one guy who was going through all that, and now they have the celebration. They've been touring around. They were at the White House yesterday. Now
really?
It's they were at the White House. They were at the State of the Union last night.
Team USA?
Yeah,
Zach was there.
He was. Yeah. So
and they got a game tomorrow.
Yes. So it's that's the thing, right? Is that whirlwind schedule? If you have 3 or 4 guys who are a part of that, that could be a tough deal. But for the Jackets, they have Zach Werenski, who's a huge part, but everybody else is back working, and hopefully get a good result tomorrow night against Boston. It all starts.
The Bruins had 8 Olympians, by the way.
How many was Canada and USA?
I'd have to go double check. I don't remember off the top of my head, but
I wanted them to go deep in the tournament with a lot of them, so they can be tired.
Well, and I mean, again, it's the rest of those teams though have been resting and ready to go, and you've got it's not going to be easy. This is a big push now, but Jackets have a chance to go do something pretty special if they can start off strong tomorrow night in Boston. We'll take a break. I believe. Are we talking to Bo Bishop next?
Baker.
No, Bo is off.
Oh, I thought. Well, he's at the combine.
Yes.
I don't know if we were talking to him. All right,
he was being studio tomorrow, I believe.
That's right. Okay, we'll talk to Baker coming up next. Timon and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
We are in the teens for our travel times after a crash we've been watching for you for the past 2 hours or so. It's on 71 southbound at that Main Street area where that right shoulder is currently blocked. We also have a ramp completely closed. You cannot get through. It is that 71 southbound ramp at Main Street. So if you need to head towards Main Street, obviously get off 71 and head towards Lester Drive southbound instead. Get you through city streets all the way to Main Street, and then from there you can head westbound or eastbound depending on where you want to go. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Dr. Mark Levy can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring. Sleep better. Live better.
It's Skyway time at Skyline Chili. Come get your Skyline 3, 4, or 5-way with 50% extra cheese at no extra charge. Regular and large ways only at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. 2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully, with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
For the past 100 years, Shriners Children's has become family to over 1.5 million kids.
In tough times and good times, they're there when we need them most.
Please go online right now to loveshriners.org.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Listen up. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Dr. Mark Levy's been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results. And now he has an office in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Remember what sunshine feels like? Windows open, birds chirping, everything looking fresh and new. Spring is closer than you think, and so are those home projects on your to-do list. Maybe winter left its mark, a small leak that's getting bigger, shingles that didn't survive the snowstorms, or siding that's clearly seen better days. Whatever your home is facing, our team of professionals at Newman Roofing are here to help. For more than 34 years, Newman Roofing has been helping homeowners protect what matters most. From your first phone call, you'll notice the difference. Passionate and committed people who care about doing the job right. And with over 1,000 five-star Google reviews, you don't have to take our word for it. If your roof, siding, or gutters need attention, call the family company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof this spring, get a Newman roof.
Registration for the Fan 5K is now open. Join your favorite personalities June 20th at Otterbein University. The Fan 5K features a medal, t-shirt, free race photos, and a post-race party.
Get your spot today at 971therace.com. Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Joining the program, the guy who's in charge of everything to making Bishop and Friends be what it is, Ryan Baker. Hi, buddy.
I mean, that's a great introduction. It's totally false and a lie, but I appreciate it.
Bo ain't here.
Well, what's that have to do with the price eggs in China? His only name on the show is Bishop.
It's you and Reese's show today.
It is today. Bo will be joining us. He's not far. He's monitoring.
He's calling in.
Yeah. He'll be 9:30. He's going to hop on the Comrex from Indy.
There you go.
Did he do that yesterday?
He sure did.
Oh.
Going to tell us all the things that
Is the
he's
Browns
hearing
making
over
any
there.
moves?
I mean, well, he would be making the moves. He is the GM of the Cleveland Browns.
That indeed he is.
Now, Baker, we were talking before we turned these microphones on about how we're talking about eating habits and picky eating, and you said you are the pickiest fat guy ever when it comes to eating. And I have always thought of myself as a bit of a picky eater. So I asked you, I said, how do you get your burgers? And you said, plain.
Yeah. I enjoy some cheese and some bacon on a burger.
Yep.
And I mean, I can do it the other way. I can eat mustard and ketchup on it and that stuff. I just prefer it without. I think it tastes better without.
See, I'm with you.
I don't need that stuff.
I'm the same. I get my burgers plain, or I'll get them with bacon, but that's about it. Bacon and cheese is the only condiments I need on a burger.
Well, my question is, if you're that picky and you could do it without, then you should be able to do it without the bun.
Why would I do that?
Why not?
Because I love bread and bread products.
It's bad
all
for
of
you.
them.
It's bad.
You're eating a chicken and egg biscuit
We ain't talking
right
about
now.
me. We're talking about you.
Why didn't you just eat the chicken and the egg, Tyvis? There's less
That's
calories.
right. We're not talking about me. We're talking
Because
about you.
that damn Bojangles biscuit is delicious. That's why you eat it.
It's okay.
Sometimes I'll go through Fazoli's and just order 6 breadsticks because I want the breadsticks.
I love that.
Man.
Like, I've
I was just
never
saying
heard of that. That's crazy talk to me.
I
Why
just
is
said
that
yesterday
crazy?
that Tyvis, some days you want like a Pizza Hut breadstick, and I've said I've ordered the little side of them, and you dip them in the sauce. It's
you
great.
mean to tell me that you're willing to just go skip everything and just get breadsticks?
I'm just saying if they have they have some of them, it's like the Pizza Hut and the KFC and like the Taco Bell all together. It's like sometimes
those are great.
Hit that drive-through, and I might just throw in, throw on a couple pieces of chicken and give me a cheesy gordita crunch while we're at it. Just put it all together.
You're driving to Cleveland today. You're going to pass Ashland, the Go Oasis.
Yeah.
Oh, the Go
Everything's in there. You take the family in. Everybody gets what they want. It's a beautiful thing.
That Go Oasis is one of the best things ever invented. I love it.
That and Grandpa's Cheese Barn right there next to each other. That's living life.
Y'all are sick.
Baker, when you get the breadsticks, do you dip them in something?
Sometimes, not always.
Baker, you're a lunatic.
The Fazoli's breadsticks are literally soaked in garlic butter.
I just don't
What
understand.
else do you need?
Any bread,
marinara,
burger. I don't understand how people are eating it with no sauce dry. That just
you did it the other day. We ordered burgers for breakfast.
I asked you if you wanted it with stuff on it. You said
I was just making it easier so you could have just ordered all the same thing.
I asked you what you wanted. I got you. I said you want
gotta
a plain.
at least put ketchup on a burger.
Oh no!
At least.
If you get a good burger, it's already juicy.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
You need something.
I
on
agree.
the burger.
When you have
100%
bread,
agree.
there needs to be some type of spread on it.
Or you could just not get the bread. You know,
I'm not with you on that. I'm not co-signing that one.
You have a question, by the way, in the chat.
Oh, I do.
It's coming from Timmy B. Hall. What is Tim's middle name?
Tim Hall?
No, yeah.
I have no idea.
It's something with a B. I didn't know that.
What's
Baker.
the name that you like a lot? Bartholomew.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
Timmy.
his middle name.
Bartholomew Hall.
Timmy's middle name is Bartholomew.
Bert. Timmy Bert Hall. That'd be Bert is good. I like
He
that.
is. Yeah, he is a bit of a bird.
Tim B. Hall said he'd like to know what kind of emergency pants Baker has in the trunk. I'm thinking it's a solid pair of jeans.
That might be actual Timmy Hall because
Well, no, it's usually
because he has the emergency shirt that he has where he spills something on it. He has to put another shirt on.
Tim does that.
The emergency pants in the
He's
car
clumsy.
are sweatpants.
Oh, okay.
You get sweatpants in the car?
Well, yeah, because I wear shorts all the time, and what if you get stranded out on the road? You're not going to be
That's smart.
outside.
That's the risk
so
that
I
you
have
take.
the emergency pay. No, you don't take. Yes, you take
Yeah,
risk,
I'm
but
about
you
to say
also
that.
prepare for the danger.
That's right.
And I have
agree.
and actually, my emergency sweatpants
laugh
are
in the
not
face
in the
of
car
danger.
right now because I had to wear them. I don't know what I put them on for the other day. I needed sweatpants, so I grabbed them. So they're actually in the house right now. So I need to
So
put
if
the
something-
emergency sweatpants back in the car.
So today, if something happened, you just become...
Well, I don't think it's super cold today. I think
it's
we're going to
warm
get
enough
close
for
to
bake.
40, so we should be all right.
No, this is so like
I ain't never emergency clothes in the car. I ain't never heard of it.
I wear all these hats, throughout doing
Keep
the show.
them in the car?
I actually, because I used to leave them in the house, and then I would get halfway here and be like, oh, I forgot my hat. So now I literally got little bins to put them in the trunk, so now I can just go through and find the one I need before I leave the house.
I've done that a couple times now coming to work where I'm putting a toboggan on and I
Yeah.
forget my hat.
Yes.
So now I'm going to have to leave a hat at my desk, emergency hat at the desk here at work, just in case.
Tyvis, you have no idea what it's like to be fat and unattractive, okay? Just leave us alone. This is what we have to do.
First of all, no, being fat is a choice.
I mean, that's fair, but also sometimes the choice happens to you. Like after a while, you're just like, oh, I didn't realize this is how bad it got.
Don't start with me, man.
So Tyvis, back in the day when I was going to broadcasting school and breaking in this business.
Were you slim?
I was, well, yeah, back then. But I was like living in my truck at all times. I had a truck at the time, and I was going from this job to this internship to this job to this place. And I had like 4 outfits in my car at all time, just in case for every situation.
Yeah, you never know. Right. I mean, Dylan has a suit that he has to wear over to the Blue Jacket stuff when he goes over and does work
You keep
there.
that in the car?
No.
See?
Wait, you have time because you work in the morning, so then you go home for 12 hours and you go back there in the night.
Technically, I've seen the setup over there. You could just leave the suit hanging in the radio booth if you needed to. That's what I would do. Like, I bet that's what Dylan and Bob do. They've probably got a dressing room there. They leave all their stuff in there.
Emergency clothing. It's a good thing.
I'm always late everywhere I go, so I can't do that. I
I'm one of them type of
I
guys.
have no
Fair
time
enough.
to change.
What was it Rothman used to say? He always had golf clothes in the car just in case because you never knew when he was going to get invited to golf somewhere.
right.
So
That's ridiculous.
he was ready to go.
That's
great.
ridiculous.
Love
That's
that.
not ridiculous, Tyvis. That's called being prepared.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being prepared.
Well, I got to prepare
Some
to
of us
drive.
don't have a wife to sit our clothes out for us. So.
Bishop and Friends coming up 9 to noon right here on The Fan.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Feeling the chill? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on Train furnaces, including 0% APR for 60 months.
Kenny Albert, he called the gold medal game in the Olympics, obviously between the U.S. and Canada. It had about 20 million viewers, and he had a lot of text messages. Apparently, Kenny Albert had 483 unread text messages after that game from, all kinds of well-wishers, because it's a big deal when you call a gold medal game like that, especially one that went the way that one did. He said he had calls or texts from, among others, Sarah Palin, former vice presidential candidate. Also, he said Howie Rose, Michael Kay, Susan Waldman, bunch of New York media, Moose Johnson, Marv Albert, which is his dad, so that makes sense. Wayne Gretzky hit him up. But he said he was getting Aaron Andrews, said hi to him. Jim Gray, like just all these different broadcasting types wishing him well. So he said it took him a while, but he's trying to get back to everyone. So I didn't text him, but if I had, I would have said good job.
He got a nice contact book now.
No, he does for sure. And he said Joe Torre, he said, did not have his number and just found it to text him. So nice guy.
I wish I had that number, would get him on the show.
Yeah, see, that would be a good get to have. All right, Bishop and Friends coming up next. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Noticing some delays around the metro, especially if you're heading downtown. The first area is going to be 71 northbound over towards Green Lawn Avenue, already down to 32 miles per hour for travel times. If you're heading on 670 westbound in that area, once again heading towards the city, notice we are seeing some backups just passing that 270 intersection, as well as for our friends on the east side traveling towards Columbus. We are seeing backups as well, 70 westbound over by Kelton Avenue and all the way up towards 70 at 33.